Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. God damn it. Liam O'Brien.
You taught it to me!
I did. You learned it from watching me. Before we jump into tonight's episode, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with our first sponsor of the night, Hit Point Press. Sam.
This episode is sponsored by our friends at Hit Point Press and their brand new Fable Makers animated tarot deck, which combines tarot and role-playing games with a third magical element, animation. These beautifully animated cards, which I don't have, will help you bring your own adventure to life. You can also use them with our hardcover tarot guidebook from Hit Point Press to combine the world of RPG storytelling and the practice of tarot. Pre-order the Fable Makers animated tarot deck today and get the PDF version of the book and cards for free at animatedtarot.com. Now, inspired by this super cool deck, which I also remind you I do not have, I decided to get into the spirit by giving my castmates a quick tarot reading. Who wants a tarot reading tonight?
Me. Tell me a fortune of love.
Okay, all right, Liam, I think you're supposed to cut the deck or something? Maybe? I don't know how this works. I'm lying, I do.
What about those?
No, those are the cut ones.
What if that's where the love is?
Those are the uncut chops.
Let me do the reading, please. Okay, you got the Empress, the Lovers, and Temperance.
Ooh, that's pretty
The
good.
fates have spoken, Liam, your future is revealed. In a short time, you will eat lunch at a Golden Corral in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. During the lunch, you will use the bathroom, just a number one, no big deal. But when you leave the bathroom, a man will stop you and say, "Hey, pal, you didn't wash your hands." And you'll say, "I did wash my hands, you just didn't see." And he'll say, "No, I was here the whole time. You went number one and you didn't wash your hands." And you'll say, "I didn't need to wash my hands, okay? They're clean." And he'll say, "But you went number one, that's gross." And you'll say, "I didn't actually touch anything. I used my pants to aim." And he'll say, "Wait, what, your pants?" And you'll say, "It's this thing that I do when I go number ones. I hold my belt loops and use my pants to aim so I don't touch anything."
Awesome.
And he'll say, "You use your pants to aim?" And you'll say, "Yeah, they're special pants, all right? They're special pants I found for aiming your number ones." And he'll say, "Where'd you get these pants?" And you'll say, "From my doctor. They're not weird. They're from a real doctor with an office and everything." And he'll repeat kind of incredulously, "Your doctor?" And you'll say, "It's totally normal, all right? That's why I don't wash my hands, because it's normal and I don't need to because I aim with my pants." And he'll say, "Okay, but how did you flush? You had to touch the urinal to flush, right?" And then you'll panic and you'll start to hyperventilate and you'll run out the door but then you'll realize you can't run too fast because of your special pants, the loops, the aiming loops for your number ones. They're big and they slow you down when you run. Your doctor didn't tell you that when he gave you the special pants." And then you...
Sam. Stop. Is this a story about you?
Yes! Yes, it is. Anyway, thanks to Hit Point Press for continuing to support our show. Go check out the new Fable Makers animated tarot deck. Matt, back to you.
So I told you guys, love is real.
I love you can see the line where, like, what we're required to say ends, and then it's just the wasteland beyond.
Somewhere Tim Robbins is proud of you, Sam.
Oh, ow. Oh, God.
Thank you, Hit Point Press, and I'm so deeply sorry.
Oh, God.
Our second sponsor tonight is our friends at 2K Games and their highly anticipated release, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. In the game, players roll a multi-class hero to loot, shoot, slash, and cast their way through outlandish monsters and loot-filled dungeons on a quest to stop the tyrannical Dragon Lord, all while exploring a vast overworld-spanning majestic cities, dank mushroom forests, foreboding fortresses, and more. You can enjoy the game solo or start a party up with 3 friends in seamless online multiplayer or local split screen. And the game is available on the Epic Games Store. And head over to playwonderlands.com for more info. Also, wanted to make a quick announcement that we are so thrilled to welcome our friends at Phantom Tabletop and D&D Beyond back to the show. Those of you who might not know, we use D&D Beyond every night here on the show and have done so for quite a while now. And you can expect to see them here on a regular basis again as our official digital tool set. So during tonight's break, you can see the final game trailer for their game, Tales of Xadia, an RPG set in the world of Netflix's The Dragon Prince.
What was that song again, Ashley?
You got the perfect warlock.
There you go.
Put it in your shoes.
We'll get right on the new intro recording immediately. Thank you. Marisha, you got some programming announcements.
I do. Speaking of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, we have a Tiny Tina's Wonderlands one-shot.
What?
I know. Sponsored by 2K, of course. And it airs this Monday, March 28th at 7 p.m. Pacific on Twitch and YouTube. And it has an amazing cast of your Bunker Master, Ashley Birch. Tiny Tina herself. And players Laura Bailey, Ashley Johnson, Travis Willing, Robbie Damon, and Iffy Waterway. And then, Exandria Unlimited Kaimal is coming up, the 2-part special with our amazing cast. Abria Iyengar as your game master.
Yes.
Robbie Damon
Let's go.
returning as Dorian Storm. Matthew Mercer as Dariax.
What's up? Yeah.
Amy Carrero as Opal. Anjali Bhamani as Fira Rai.
Yes.
And a new player is joining the table. Erica Lindbeck, y'all. Yes. So tune in to meet her. She's lovely. And then,
Oh my God, there's more.
Oh my gosh.
Breath, big breath.
this is a big one.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
It's gonna be
Our
done.
new talk show, Four-Sided Dive,
Get it?
gonna be monthly. Yep,
Get it?
Four-Sided Dive. Will air monthly
It's cute.
on
It's a good-
Tuesday. No, the first one.
Yep.
Sorry, first one is premiering on Tuesday, April 5th at 7 p.m. Pacific on Twitch and YouTube. And the first people on that episode is going to be Matthew Mercer, Travis Willingham, Robbie Damon,
He's in everything.
He better be.
and me.
Yay!
If you have any evergreen questions, submit them at critroll.com/tower in order to maybe get your question on the Tower of Inquiry.
Ooh, that seems like a new feature of the show.
It is. Yeah. Little Shenga tower that we pull from.
Can't wait to not watch this show.
You'll be on it someday. Submit your headshot resume.
That's now trombones ever.
Yeah, it's a lot of programming. It's a lot of shit coming up, you guys.
Got shit, man.
Got so much shit.
Got shit coming out of us all.
Hey!
Laura.
Laura, you're up.
Oh, we have some shit. Yes. Check it out. It's a tote bag.
Yay!
Marquet. Isn't it so cute? We originally made these for live shows, and then guess what, guys? We didn't have live shows.
Yeah.
So we have them, and I said, like, wait, can we sell them? So now we're gonna sell them.
Yay!
They're cool.
They're so cute.
Marquet.
Do you spice?
Oh, is that what it says?
That's
No.
awesome. You can
Spice it.
also use it as a babe at Krabby Krab.
Krabby Krab?
Krabby Crab.
That's amazing.
That's a real place.
Is Krabby Krab a real place?
It's like those places where you get like the plastic bag
Yeah.
with like sausage and crab
And you can use that as a bib, Travis.
crawfish and stuff.
At there.
Well, just highlight the cultural in it.
It's okay. We'll bring you one day. Get your fingers nice and greasy.
Power of
so
imagination
yummy.
and crab, Travis. It's gonna be a weird.
I believe that concludes our announcements.
Oh, I should say they're available in the U.S. and UK Critical Role shops. Go check it out.
Yes.
Now that concludes our announcements.
Good timing.
And so let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might.
all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our blast. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back. So, last we left off, Bell's Hells, following a handful of threads that led them away from the city of Drusar and northward through the jungles towards the Heartmoor, the swampy bog region on the northern part of the Odiran Wilds where the Heartmoor Hamlet exists. Whereas there you had hoped to, one, find information that seemed to pertain to the death of the Loomis twins and the path of your particular interest, as well as deal with a possible job set by Gianna Hexam that could cancel some of your outlasting debt and issues that you carry as baggage, Ashton. Gathering your materials, purchasing some horses, and trudging on for a handful of days, keeping predominantly to the roads through the jungle, you had a handful of odd encounters with some creatures in the vicinity, some errant weather effects, gathered a couple of small magical items through some careful planning, some careful reflexes and pursuits, and some relatively uneventful evenings of camping off the road where some conversations were had, some bonding was mounted. And then about a day out from the Heartmoor, in the middle of the night, something seemed to be glowing in the nearby jungle, near the ridge of where you had set up camp. A strange little, faintly glimmering fairy, small tiny creature that led some of you curiously to look in its direction, Fern specifically pursuing it out of frustration, upon which...
Just gonna kick it out of the way, but...
Which is a valid option, and most fairies deserve it. But this seemed to not really be a fairy, as instead the presence of it drew you mindlessly forward into the darkness. Ashton, you were quick to follow and find Fern kind of staring, stunned, mindless, into the darkness. And there, this fairy creature was tethered to this long, winding vine that seemed to be protruding from, up until this point, a well-hidden, gargantuan, fanged plant creature that began to rise out of the brush in shadow before opening its large mouth. And that's where we're going to go ahead and begin. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yes, let's do it! I'm ready!
Everyone who's awake, roll initiative, and those who are still asleep, we'll get to that.
So it's just a glowing dollar on a string being pulled through
It
the
was
jungle.
Laudna, Imogen, Fern, and Ashton were the only ones that were awake.
That's a lot of people. I thought that's more than I remember.
This looks awesome!
Our horses!
Where's your campfire?
Where's Rabbit? Get a good look at them now while they're still there.
Just whap him on the butt. Let's send him straight towards the maw of justice.
That's
Inevitability.
All right.
great. Out of
So,
Why do you have to bring a separate case of everything?
because our minis got packed up.
Oh, no good.
All right. So we have over here, Fern would be right about there,
Just right out in the open, ready
Yep.
to go.
with Ashton to the side, and this we'll say, Laudna, you're awake, right?
Uh-huh.
Trees are cool.
I
Over
was
here
the
by
one
the
who started waking
campfire.
people up.
That's so cool.
Imogen, you're awake. Mm-hmm. Right on this side of the campfire. We'll say you were all asleep.
Honk shoe.
I'm definitely up against a tree. I get myself as close to wood whenever I can.
I respect that. There you go. I'll lean you in. And fresh cut.
Commune.
You just predator back into it.
Exactly. Perfect. So, If I could have those that are conscious, go ahead and roll initiative if you haven't already.
Conscious.
All right.
That's my life.
25 to 20? 20 to 15.
15.
15.
Wow, guys. Wow.
Was Imogen is at 15?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Wow.
15 to 10.
10.
10. All right. All right.
Uh-oh.
10 to 5.
6. Damn.
Oh.
Good thing it's only a big fanged thing with a fairy tale. That sounded weird.
Lana, what'd you get?
I rolled a natural 1.
For a total of?
3.
Alrighty. So, top of this round.
Top of the round.
Top of the round to you.
All right.
Imogen.
That's me.
It's you. You watch as two of your friends go off into the distance, the light from the campfire just barely keeping them lit as Ashton goes to inspect Fern, who stands there, and you hear this very faint. You don't even see anything in the dark. All you hear is... What are you doing?
Shit.
You see this faintly glowing kind of fairy creature just kind of chilling right there.
In Orem's head, he gets a shouted, "Wake up!" Does that work?
Sure.
As I, oh God, I don't know if I want to run down. I run a few steps forward.
It's just your life. Don't worry about it.
Down the hill here, or?
Yeah, I just kind of want to stay elevated, but not fully down.
So like here, or over
Yeah,
here?
that's great.
Okay, cool.
Little piece of chewing gum.
And I'm gonna send, oh God.
What do I have?
I'm gonna send dancing lights down into the fray so I can see what the fuck is going on.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Seeing as how I used a dancing light to represent the fairy, I'll just use this cluster of dancing lights to just kind of create the space around there. As soon as your lights kind of flicker off into the space, giving this kind of faint purplish energy, you see what looks to be a small tree, except it begins to move as soon as the light touches it, and you instead see this massive creature that is a twisting mass of vines and roots that tighten and pull across each other.
Cool.
This kind of tattered underbrush that acts almost like a lion's mane around its heavily toothed, open beak-like mouth, eyeless, with small vines that seem to wrap around and whip. Is now visible.
Right as I see it, as my bonus action, I'm gonna telepathically or telekinetically pull Fern 5 feet towards me
5
to
feet
get her
towards
farther away from it.
You got it. Okay.
Smart.
That finishes your go. So you are now coming to consciousness. I will say, go ahead and roll an initiative check for me.
Okay. I'm not going to use my advantage because I'm just waking up.
You just wake up and say,
Oh,
give you
I
disadvantage.
did
on
roll
that one.
advantage anyway,
That's
but I'm just going to roll one.
Yep.
I don't even know what I rolled. That's a real low. That is 9 for me.
Well,
9
higher
for-
than.
You're just after Fern.
Yep. All right.
You were 6, Ashton?
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us to, that finishes your go, Imogen. The rest of you are still asleep. Okay. It is now the creature's turn.
Yep.
So first, the bulb is kind of drifting there. It's going to go ahead and shift out this way. As it moves past your shoulder, you kind of glance as it moves past, and then it seems to pulse with a bright glow, almost like a lantern light that suddenly flickers bright then off. I need both Ashton and Fern once again to make wisdom saving throws for me.
Okay.
20 total.
Nope. Nope. Okay. So you manage to resist the effect and kind of begin to shrug off that strange influence that had caused your brain to essentially shut down into this low, kind of noisy, warm light. You felt like you were almost like bathing in a lit bath
and just kind of enjoying that expanse, and suddenly you pull out of it and you're in the middle of a dark jungle once again, and you just see this creature shifting in front of you, like part of the jungle has come to life, and you realize where you are. Ashton, you, however, your mind begins to pull away from your consciousness, and this kind of fuzzy sense of static takes over your mind as you
into the bed.
Move.
Oh,
Step up towards the creature there.
No, what are you doing?
Not on my turn?
No, you are incapacitated.
Okay.
It's fully incapacitated.
Yeah.
Great.
Half your walking speed, which would have been 20 for you.
No
You're
problem.
incapacitated until the end of its next turn.
I'm just not noticing the creature because he was perfectly blocked by this tree.
And camouflage.
God, very well camouflaged.
Part of his thing. And we'll also following that up with a Hungry Jaws attack.
Oh,
We're incapacitated. That's going to be 24 to hit.
That hits, surprisingly.
You are incapacitated, so it is an automatic crit on you.
Open up and there it goes.
Oh shit.
That's
Automatic crits if you're incapacitated.
Don't worry, your
That
cleric's
is-
asleep.
32 points of piercing damage to you.
Wow. Wow.
They're hefty.
And you all watch
They're
as
powerful.
Ashton, like weapon out to the side, suddenly this pulse hits. Ashton kind of drops the hammer and kind of drags it on the ground behind them. As they step forward towards the creature like turns what you imagine its head to be to the side and then swallows him.
Ashton's gone?
Help.
It's again?
It's again.
It's fucking again. Again.
Oh shit, guys.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to slowly,
oh dear,
No.
shift its way this way. All right,
very large.
Next.
that finishes its turn. Now it brings us to Fern with Orm on deck.
Oh boy. Okay, that was that changes things.
Didn't though.
It didn't. It did not. Okay. That's not gonna work. Oh goodness gracious. Okay. I am going to. Shit.
You can do that.
I'm
going to
Does a fern shit in the woods?
Well.
All right. I am going to kind of rub my palms together and cast poison spray.
Going to cast poison spray.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is a Constitution saving throw.
Good. It might.
Okay, as a 14.
16.
All right, so it does not succeed.
So it's D12.
Suspension of disbelief.
Okay, 18
18. Okay.
Points of poison damage?
poison damage.
So as you like expel this cloud of poison gas towards it, it seems to react and suffer some sort of discomfort at it, but this creature's biology doesn't seem quite as influenced by toxins.
Damn.
Okay, so
It is a plant.
It is a plant.
It is a plant.
that was a cantrip.
Yeah, but it's a poison bleach spray.
Should have specified
Pesticide.
that.
I would like. Can I also take an attack? Since that was a
It was an action to cast the cantrip.
that's right, that's right.
So
Okay,
you have
okay.
bonus action and a movement still.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to step away, but I think he'll get an attack of opportunity.
If you move away from his combat range, yeah. How far do you want to move?
Okay, I'm gonna try to move a little closer to up that way, and
This way?
yes.
Okay, how many feet?
Let's see,
What's your movement speed?
35. Yeah,
Yeah, because if he moves away from you, then you get to hit him.
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna stay because there's something I might try if it ends up
Okay.
working. I'm gonna stay.
Are you going to use your bonus action for anything?
I'll just, I'm gonna scream at everyone. Wake up! Wake up! I was wrong! Everybody wake up!
All right. I'll say with that, the remaining members to go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. Come on, bone dice.
Roll low, motherfuckers.
Oh no. Is it?
10.
7.
I knew I should have brought the sage.
All right.
I'm next to Fern. I'm probably lower dex than you, though.
Yeah, well, you've...
+2. Rollies!
Rollies.
Oh, shoot. What, regular rollies?
9.
11.
You got
So wait, what did you roll?
There's other kinds of rollies. You can you get.
So here's the thing.
Lowest.
If you had rolled a high initiative in this instance, you technically would, in this particular circumstance, I'm using it as if you had rolled high, then you wouldn't be until the next initiative count. You're technically next with Fern, so you actually, and this is one of the weird circumstances where I'm allowing the low initiative on that roll to have been beneficial. So now you get to immediately take your turn after her.
Oh, shit.
Pressure.
Okay.
So, you come out of consciousness, you are prone on the ground, kind of like waking up, looking off to the side, there's the fire crackling towards your feet, keeping your footsies warm, and across the way you see the bright kind of purplish light in the middle of the jungle, and this creature that's now slithering through. What do you do?
Shit. So am I over here?
Yeah, you're right there.
Oh, the grain of the woods. It's imprinted in my face. Can I wake up and run this way?
Okay. You're getting up, which is half
Just
your
run
movement.
away. Can I just run away?
Well, yeah. Fuck you
Well, it's
guys.
half your movement.
Oh, that is right.
To get up from prone.
Okay, so so 12 feet. I'll use another 12 feet.
So 10-ish.
10, yeah.
So you're going this way?
Yeah, I'll come to the edge. Back a little towards you.
That's about where you can get there.
Okay, great. And I'll come one square.
You can say there if you want to get near the tree.
That's great. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's your movement.
Boy, I really can't do jack shit. With my bonus action, I'll say sleeves are bullshit, and I'll dig my fingers into my arms and I'll rip the skin off of my arms.
Yes!
Hairy, muscled arms underneath.
Body horror shit is my game, bitch.
Every time. I got to go for days.
That's
You
sick.
still have extra movement if you're not taking an action, though. Just putting that in there.
Oh, that's true.
You could dash if you want to.
Yeah, let's get some movement here. So I'll keep coming in the direction I was moving. I want to stay wide.
10, 15, leaping down.
Yeah.
20 to there. You can go 25.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking.
You got it. All right.
out a
So you
little
like
bit.
jumped off the edge and you're kind of like circling around this way.
Great.
You got it. That finishes your go.
Thanks.
Orem, you're up with FCG on deck.
Okay, so Orem comes to, grabs shield and sword off the ground next to him, pops up groggily, and sees Fern with this thing lumbering over her, and I can't tell where Ashton is on.
I'm
board.
inside.
Inside there.
Inside,
You, actually,
okay.
but you don't know that.
Where's
you
Ashton?
You just don't see Ashton.
So I'm going to curve around the fire with my other half of my movement. Then I'm using my action to leap through the air to land behind Fern.
Okay. So you're
So I'm using my movement,
to get to
half
edge.
movement to get up.
Yep.
Other half movement to get to the edge of the rock there.
And then you're gonna use
my action to go pew,
and just like flee dash over here. You
flee
got
dash, land behind Fern.
25, 30. That would get you just there. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Can I land behind her specifically?
Oh, you behind her this way. Yeah, that can be allowed.
Okay.
Doing an acrobatics check for me.
Okay, you got it. Acrobatics. 20.
20. Yeah. Like you actually like kind of grab onto her shoulder to help cushion your fall, and then land blade off to the side, shield kind of over the shoulder, then pull the shield back out, and you are at your ready.
And then Fern, like a secret door, you find yourself revolved like you're in Young Frankenstein, away from the creature, and I'm there, bait and switch. I'll take the AC. Come on. Okay, got that. And now I will action surge and attack this thing.
Oh yeah, okay. Go in.
Action surge. First is pretty low. That is a 14 to hit.
14 unfortunately misses.
Okay, and then slash again, and that is a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Goading attack.
Okay.
Has to make a wisdom save.
That is an 8. So
an 8?
An 8, yeah. So it has disadvantage if it attacks anything that's doesn't include you, correct?
So very little damage, 8 points of damage, and then anything it tries to attack other than me, disadvantage.
You got it. Okay. That finish your go?
Yeah.
All right, FCG, you're up.
You all right?
Great turns.
as I open my ocular receptors and look around, I see in the dead of night, right, my friends in danger, and I say, oh, it's happening again.
Layers.
And I don't really know what's going on, so I'll just move forward.
Okay.
To sort of to the edge of that little platform there.
Okay.
And not knowing what's going on, I will. Is everybody okay? I'll do sympathetic binding as my action, and I will bind myself to Imogen. I don't see Ashton.
You don't see Ashton.
Nope.
I don't have to see them to bind to them, but if I didn't see them, I wouldn't know where they were. So I'll do Fern instead.
Okay, so Imogen and Fern.
Yes.
You got it. So keep tabs on that, and that's your.
And then bonus action. How is my relationship with Imogen? I would call her an ally or trusted companion.
I'd say
We
she's
did mind meld.
yeah, with the role playing bonds that you guys have built and over time has led you to be upgraded into a trusted companion.
Okay.
You've LARPed together.
Yes.
Then I will, as my bonus action, I will give you a bonded blessing, where you now get guidance, a D6 that you can add to anything.
A D6?
Yeah, because she and I talked, motherfuckers. So anyone else who wants to. That's what therapy does. It gets you results.
Is this what you're shouting to us as you roll through the jungle?
In turn? That's great.
It's like an inspiration dice, basically.
Yeah. Damn.
Awesome. Does that finish your turn?
That's it.
All right, finishing your go. That brings us to Ashton.
Fuck.
So Ashton. You went from this odd kind of staticky sensation to a horrible sharp pain across your torso on both sides, and then darkness and constraint, and you are currently restrained. Also, you feel this horrible acidic burning sensation as you are digested from the inside.
That's a lot of dice.
That is.
Are you bad?
Oh yeah.
You
That is 19 points of acid damage.
Wowzers.
It's your turn.
What can I do?
You can do anything you want to. You just restrain, which means your speed 0, and any attacks you make are at disadvantage.
Okay, I'm going to rage like a motherfucker, because what else am I going to fucking do?
Maybe you'll like.
No.
Maybe you'll like.
Yeah, it couldn't be. It certainly could. That'll do. That's really nice. Okay, so.
Can you phase through his body?
I know, that's what I mean. Don't you have one that like phases into
No, it doesn't quite work that way, sadly. So, not that anyone can see, but there's a fucking light show going on inside this thing. Maybe there's just a weird little, like a bad discotheque happening in there.
Yep. Oh, it's a party monster.
It's about to shit another fairy.
Fuck.
That's how fairies are made.
I am going to, like, my only chance of fucking surviving this is getting the fuck out of this thing, I assume.
Okay.
So I'm going to just grab the hammer and I'm just going to start stabbing with the bottom, the bottom of the hammer, just seeing if I can cut myself out of this.
So you're trying to force your way out of it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to do damage to it to try and get out.
Okay. So go ahead and.
Is there a difference between trying to get out and?
There's two different ways you could try and get out. You could either try and do enough damage to eventually possibly be coughed up, or you could attempt to make a contested strength check to break free. Depends on whichever you're feeling more comfortable with.
That's a big bag.
I've been rolling like shit. That is a tough call.
It might give you like disadvantage or something because you can't move.
No, you can't move.
Yeah, I have that's right, I have disadvantage anyway. So I guess a contested strength check, because my strength's okay.
Okay. Well, you are raging, which does give you advantage on your strength check.
And you could go reckless, right?
Or you can go reckless attack and make a baseline attack.
Baseline
So
attack.
it's up to your.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the strength check.
You got it.
That's pretty good. Trying to read that because it's hard to read. Okay.
Middle of the night.
Jeez.
Just strength check, not save.
Correct.
18.
18. 18 is exactly the DC that he rolled.
Fuck God.
So you do manage to like, yeah. 18 is you have to hit the DC that he rolled the contested. You begin to take the hammer and jam it into the side, and you find the first couple times you're trying to like take the handle of it and pierce. It's like hitting hard petrified like stone or old heavy wood, and then you find one patch that splinters and pushes through, and you see that you've actually punctured the side of it. And you kind of use that momentum to push through, and all of you see this emerging light show of Ashton essentially be birthed at the side of this weird tree creature.
Oh, nice. Wait, you're out?
I am out. I am
Hey, that's
fucked.
You're prone.
I am
but you're out.
Fucked right now. I am not looking good.
You still have your movement, but you are prone. So.
I'm going to use my movement to get up and circle towards fresh cut grass, I suppose, going.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave. I know it's got about 10 feet, yeah.
That's about as far as you can get right there.
How close am I to the fairy thing?
You're right next to it.
I don't want to be right next to that shit. Never mind. I'm so sorry. I can't see it from here. I'm going to circle the other direction.
Towards Fern? Fern's on the other side.
Yeah, towards Fern.
Okay, there you go.
Just like 5 more feet away from all that shit, yeah.
Okay.
I'm really fucked up. Please help. Fuck, ow. Fuck, ow, ow. I'm really fucked up.
All right, that finishes your go, Ashton. Laudna, you're up with Imogen on deck.
Seeing a fresh cut grass, just wake up and look a little confused. I go, FCG, it just ate and then shat out Ashton.
Oh, shit.
His metabolism is off the fucking charts.
I can never sleep again.
And then I
6 seconds.
God, I take a little bit of like the like swampy muck from the bottom.
Yeah.
Kind of starts to like bubble and surface, and it's just that like that like nasty mud at the bottom of a pond, and it just slathers all over top of them and kind of gives like a oil slick sheen to them, and I cast Hex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
In that, when it was doing that strength check, that strength roll just now, would that be like an ability check?
That would be.
Then I will give him disadvantage on strength checks with my Hex.
Good looking out.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to take that muck, and you see ice shards come out of it, frozen pond muck, and I'm going to do Ray of Frost.
Dude. Shards of muck.
Okay, Ray of Frost.
Yeah,
Nice.
have you ever seen frozen mud?
Yeah, of course. I don't like it.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Okay.
21.
21 hits.
Great. And that's 2d8. Shit.
2d8 plus 1d6.
Yeah, you're right, because of Hex.
So much damage. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Holy
Jeez
shit.
Louise. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 5 damage.
Yikes.
2, 4, 5 damage. Alrighty.
But his speed is minus 10 feet now because
Got
of the
it.
Ray of Frost.
That's
he's
great.
He's a little frosty.
Okay,
Yeah.
that finishes your go. All right, are you saying your turn, Laudna, or
Yes, I think
Okay.
so for right now.
Imogen, you're up.
Okay.
Imogen.
All right, I'm gonna look around, and with my telekinetic abilities, I'm gonna use a sorcery point to split this spell. I'm gonna pick up 2 large boulders and send them at the creature.
Cool.
2 catapult spells.
Whoa.
Okay, so you're twinning spell.
It's a twinning spell. Yes.
Does it say you can target the same creature, or does it have to be separate creatures?
It's 2 different objects that I'm targeting with catapult, so I'm not targeting a creature with the catapult. I'm targeting the object.
Okay.
Catapult can be used not as an attack, so you're not targeting
true.
a
That's
creature.
true.
I'm sending it.
No, that's valid.
You could
long
use
as
it
the
to like
spell's
launch a creature though? Like in theory.
No, that's
You don't-
valid. It's valid because you're targeting. This is. Look at you, lawyering that. Yeah. 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 Okay. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I love that so much.
So I'm casting this at 3rd level, and I'm sending 2 large stones at the creature.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I technically can roll wild magic since I'm meta magic.
If you wanted to.
Wild magic? Just cuz?
Just cuz.
Wait, does that take the place of a spell?
No. It just adds an effect to whatever I just do.
Go ahead and roll a D100.
23.
23. Okay. Your skin suddenly begins to shift tone. As you finish casting the spell, you don't realize it, but everyone else is looking over at Imogen. You watch as her skin suddenly begins to take on this like sickly bluish hue. So continue.
All right, so 2 large boulders sent at the creature from 2 opposing directions. So it has to roll dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw, you got it. That is an 11.
Yes! Do I roll twice?
Do not know why snow was hit? That doesn't make any
Oh, no.
sense.
Okay.
I must have- I must have-
this creature.
Wild magic. I think my phone accidentally hit it.
That's my wild magic. I cast snow.
There you
Does it roll twice for the 2 objects
will,
coming
yes.
in?
And a 5. It failed on
Okay,
both.
great. So that's 5d8 twice.
Ooh! Oh my god.
5d8. Get it, baby. Catapult.
Yeah, it does target because it targets an object over a creature. All right.
40-ish damage.
12, 13 plus 14.
I will do that.
Is
bringing the heavy fog that usually rolls into the
34
jungle during this hour.
34. No.
13 plus 14?
Yeah.
That's 27.
27. Okay, 27 on the first boulder.
There you go. 27. That is awesome.
16, 22, 28,
Way above average.
32.
Yeah.
These 2 large parts of rock that have been covered with vines and heavy root that aren't even visible suddenly tear free and rise up, just kind of floating in space, slowly rotating as you watch Imogen's skin go from like that light sickly blue to a steadily darker and darker, almost navy coloration. And then both rocks slam into both sides of the creature with a heavy impact. You see whatever sort of plant-like lifeblood viscera would exist inside suddenly gets spattered out from the impact as it seems to buckle and fold for a second, taking a heavy hit. Both rocks into the ground right next to Orem. One almost like on the ground next to you.
Thank God Ashton got out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably.
I wouldn't have done it if he was in
Sure
there.
enough.
So I'm gonna back up if I can.
How long are you going back up?
As much as I can.
5, 10, 15,
Imogen, you're
25, 30.
Yeah,
a
right
little,
there.
little odd.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Here you are now.
And
What is happening?
Blue?
Yes.
A little bit. You're Smurfy.
Joe, are you feeling okay?
Can you calm it down?
It's her blue period.
All right, so that finish your turn?
Yes.
So
It is
moody.
now the creature's turn.
Okay.
So first, yeah.
I'm gonna use my bonus action
Oh.
to shove Ashton further away from it
Okay.
before I
How
move.
far? What's the range on that?
Well, can I do it? Say I did it before I moved. Just have used my bonus action to shove Ashton.
Right. What's the range on it?
Telekinetic shove.
Telekinetic shove is
30 feet.
30 feet. He was 35 feet away from you.
Okay, good.
Which means if you want to do that, you can move towards and then away. It'll mean you're a little bit closer, but your call.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I want to get him further from the creature.
Thank
They don't
you.
get an attack of opportunity on it if he's
They
out of
don't?
the range. No.
No.
All right. So you shove him back
get shoved.
and then climb back up onto the top and get on right next to the fire, where now you and Laudna are both kind of flanking the sides of the
Okay,
fire.
great.
Now it's the creature's turn.
Okay.
Its vine slithers up,
I did
up to the top here, and the fairy just kind of up to the top gives off this light pulse
What?
that will get all of you up top. I need Laudna, Imogen, and Fresh Cut Grass to all make wisdom saving throws for me.
Don't fuck me, Gil.
19.
19, you're fine.
10.
9.
So you, kind of concentrating on your weirdly colored, unexpectedly hued skin, feel this influence on your mind right as the pulse hits, and you cover your eyes just in time and kind of, you're used to resisting influence because it's constantly pressing on your brain, so this is like second nature to you. And as soon as you push it off, you look back and watch as Fresh Cut Grass and Lana just kind of walk forward off the edge.
Oh my god.
To there. And Lana, you step off the side and catch yourself stopping right there.
Oh no.
Can't have that cleric being messed up.
All right.
I mean, Laudna too, but whatever.
That's good.
Now the entity, which previously was just kind of in a soft hunting mode, now seems to be
Soft hunting
seems to be getting more enraged as it's suddenly crushed by an extreme amount of pain.
Just a soft boy.
It is going to, let's see. It's going to go ahead and first unleash, well, as a follow-up to that, it's going to unleash 3 vine swipe attacks, which only have a 15-foot range, so it can't get you. That's going to go ahead and get Laudna, Fern, and you, Orm.
All right, disadvantage on them.
Does it say to anybody that does that's not you, or to any attack that doesn't include you? No, the 3 separate attacks, you're right, so you're good.
Any
So it's
attack
disadvantage.
that's not against me is a disadvantage.
Correct, yeah. So this will be against Fern. Still a disadvantage, that is a 17?
Just hits.
Okay, gotcha. So you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it yanks you closer to it. The vine pulls you in against Orm. That is going to be as a natural 2. Pretty sure that misses you with a 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the vine comes whipping towards you, and you just kind of bash it away with the shield. The one coming towards you, Laudna, with disadvantage. That'll be 15.
Shield.
You're currently incapacitated, so you cannot take an action, unfortunately.
Hits.
So you take, because you are incapacitated, it is considered an auto crit.
This is fucking trouble.
You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are pulled adjacent to it as the vine smacks you. You now are back in control of yourself and your faculties as the pain hits you, but all of a sudden you're like pulled close, and now you're right up against this creature.
Creature looks okay, kind of fucked up.
I mean, it looks like it's been hurt.
Okay.
But it's all right.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to finish its go. Fern, you're up with you, Chetney on deck.
Oh, blue eyes.
Shit.
Okay, so I'm like this. Am I? Can I
You're
do
not
anything?
restrained. You're just pulled in, and you push out of it, but you're just right next to it now.
Okay. I am going to produce a flame blade in my hand and try to stab it.
All right. So, as a bonus action, what level are you casting Flame Blade?
I'm gonna do 3rd level.
3rd level. You all watch as this large, arcing kind of scimitar of fire just emerges out of one hand of Fern's. Go ahead and make an attack with it.
Okay.
Adding a spell attack modifier.
Ooh, nice. Okay. 28.
28 definitely hits. Holy shit.
Okay.
More flame blade.
Get it.
No shit.
Wow.
Got my teeth. It's usually 3. Sorry. Wait, so it doesn't go up if I cast it at 3rd level? It doesn't give me an extra d6? Stand by.
Looking up spells, because that's what we do. Because it's very hard to remember all the weird shit you have.
Oh, so I guess it's the same. At 3rd, it doesn't add an extra d6.
Oh, you're right. At 4th level, it goes
4th
up.
level
So you just take a
okay,
second
sorry,
level.
So it's just 2nd. Okay.
That's okay. So it's just 3d6 in it.
Okay. 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. All right. As your blade carves into its side, this hardy creature that previously, when you had released this poison spray on it, it seemed to shrug off a majority of what you had hoped would be an impactful attack upon the creature. Your blade carves through it like hot butter. And as it cuts through entirely, like there's no resistance, you see where the burn mark was. It is extremely unhappy, and you hear this kind of subtle shriek deep inside as it seems to not like fire.
Okay. Okay.
Dope.
I should try to get out of this. Can I try to movement, try to get out of it?
How far do you want to go?
Well,
I'm gonna try to. Well, I just want to try to get out of his arms.
And he doesn't like have you held necessarily.
okay.
You pushed away. It just hits you and pulls you in and then lets you go.
Oh, okay. Then
So
I'm
you can
gonna-
move if you want to,
But he'll get an attack of opportunity.
depending on how far you move.
Because I was gonna try to go over by Ashton.
Up to you.
Let's do it.
Okay. You going over here,
Yeah.
like there?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you dart past, one of its vines whips out towards you. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Nice. You just duck underneath, no impact.
Okay. Great. All right, that's my turn.
Okay. Finishing your turn, now that it's angry.
now that it's angry?
no.
What do you mean now that it's angry?
It's going to use 2 of its legendary actions.
Wait.
What?
This is a legend.
I don't feel good about
Okay.
this.
Okay. Legendary actions don't mean it's a legendary creature. Legendary actions just means powerful creatures have some sort of an attack economy against 7 players that can make it dangerous as a solo entity.
Who gave it Miracle Grow?
Just be mindful.
What?
Hold on just a minute.
Let's go into Hungry Jaws on you, Lev.
We're gonna die.
What, Hungry Jaws?
Disadvantage.
Because,
Technically an attack?
well, it is.
Still the same round.
That's true, because
Yeah,
it's not
until
back
I
here.
go, right?
So yeah, it is disadvantage. That's still pretty high. That would be a
You're not at. You can use your action now, right?
19?
It's out of my shield range. That would only give me an 18. You have to roll like 1 less.
19 with disadvantage.
But-
Fuck.
Fuck this motherfucker! Hellish rebuke!
Let's go with the Hellish Rebuke!
If you're gonna eat me, I'm gonna fucking rip your jaws off as I'm going in!
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, is it a dexterity saving throw for it?
Yep.
It is a 14 on its side.
Fail.
All right, so it takes full damage from your Hellish Rebuke.
Oh my
God. You.
Oh, plus
Big money, big money, big money.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Just
okay.
yeah. Sure
Yeah,
away.
it's okay. Well, 15 total damage.
15 damage, which you take 12 points of piercing. As its mouth bites and begins to pull you into its strange plant monster gullet. While you are being swallowed, you angrily unleash your Hellish Rebuke and you watch as the inside of its mouth lights up with a burst of dark energy and flame before Lana disappears.
Yeah, you ever
inside.
see a kid like accidentally eat a pen and the pen bursts in their mouth and just like, that's what it looks like.
Straight up eating a kid.
Much better way of describing it. We all speak from personal experience.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That will go ahead and finish Fern's turn.
I don't have time to make a new character.
Yeah. The wolf just charges in, straight in for melee.
You were like a 2-8.
Alrighty. And with my bonus action, I'm going to use my crimson.
Make concentration check for Hex too.
Right. It's disadvantage on the strength.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Wait, what'd you say?
Just do your roll.
No.
Sorry, don't worry.
What'd you roll?
2.
2? Yeah, Hex vanishes.
So it no longer has disadvantage on strength.
Fuck.
Tests, which you
Nope.
gave it.
Well, it would. I mean, your strength is.
I couldn't have done it.
Couldn't have done it anyway.
All right.
Part of the matter.
Whew. So, continue with your turn.
This is getting dicey. I'm going to use my bonus action to ignite my crimson right. So you see the claws in my hand start to extend, and as they do, blood drips out of my fingertips and ignites into fire.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, they just whoosh, and I'll take 2 strikes against him, but I'm going to use my predatory strike, which is attack, and then a third attack with just claws, no weapons.
Well, the third attack requires a bonus action,
Oh, is it?
which you use to use your right.
Fair enough. So I'll do
next
that
round you can do
the
that.
next time around. Okay.
2 strikes against it.
That's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And the second one is a 22 to hit.
22 hits, yeah.
Slice. It's not gonna. Because we can slice together.
2, 10, so that's 8.
I can buck around.
17 plus, and I take this damage. 5. 22 points of slashing and fire damage.
Nice. So 2 carving through. How much was the fire damage?
Actually, it's 5, so it's actually 10 points of fire damage total, and instead of 22, it should be 27 total. I only added it the first time. And
Right, so 7 points of slashing damage? 10 points of fire and then 17 points of slashing?
Yes.
Got it.
Correct.
Okay.
10 points of fire, 17
Gotcha.
of slashing.
So the flames on your claws burn into its plant body and leave these large, carving black claw marks across its exterior. And you can see wherever you carve in, it's almost like instinctual, almost plant muscles pulling away from the wound, trying to hide from the burning sensation. Do a little more damage on that than you expected. All right, does that finish your go?
Yeah, it does.
Slick. All right, now it's Orm's go with FCG on deck, but at the end of your turn, it's going to use its last legendary action to go ahead and Vine Swipe. Let's say it's going to Vine Swipe you, FCG.
And on the prior one, I failed a wisdom save. Am I still incapacitated, or does that
You
wear
are
off?
incapacitated until the end of its next turn, or until you get hit.
In the end of its next turn.
Correct. So
Okay.
you would miss your next turn otherwise.
Gotcha.
It's still a disadvantage for attacking.
It
FCG.
is, yes. Natural 19 on the low roll.
It hits for
All right.
sure.
Sheesh.
So
And it's an auto crit?
It's an auto crit.
Oh boy.
Puts it at 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Wow, I
And
just got fucked on mine.
You're already adjacent to it, so you're not pulled any closer to it, but you're knocked out of it. But
I'm
you
now no longer
no longer
incapacitated.
incapacitated, but you took a heavy hit on that one.
That's great.
All right, now that brings us to Orem with FCG on deck.
I'm going to eyeball Chetney and then move around and come into flanking position opposite from the creature.
Okay.
FCG, cut me a pizza hole in there! And I'm gonna ready my blade and hope that he can make me a target to hack through.
Okay, you got it. All right, that finishes your goes. You're holding your action for that. FCG, you're up.
What's a pizza? Okay, I'll put on my saw blade, which I can do now as a bonus action. Is that right?
A free action.
As part of your action, if you're going to
free
attack
action.
with it, yeah.
Amazing. And I will whir it up, and I'm gonna try to aim for a spot where I think maybe Laudna will fall out if we get through in just the right way. I don't know.
Okay. Are you doing it from where you're standing?
I'm gonna rock around to where Orem was.
All right, so moving ship to there.
Yeah, like.
Got it.
And I think we're aiming for a spot that maybe we see a little lumpy, bony elbow sticking out or something.
Okay.
And I'll just cut away and see what happens.
Roll for an attack.
Come on, work. Nope. Shit. 2 plus 4. 6.
You go, and it just stops. It just gets like an inch into it and then just gets caught, and you're like, shit. You pull it free, but there's no momentum on the blade, and it's a little gummed up.
I didn't do what I wanted it to, or I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, no.
Shit on us, and I spring at that shitty spot that he barely nicked.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna use a. Nope, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna attack. I should still be in flanking.
You are with Chetney.
Chet. So that is balls. That's a 15.
15 just misses.
Oh. And then I rolled 2 18s for that, so that is a goading attack again.
Alrighty.
That'll be. Damn it! 6 plus. Okay, that's 13 total. Has to make a wisdom save.
Not bad. That's a 6, so no, it is still goaded and looking towards you, where you imagine its eyes might look if it had eyes that were visible.
Plant dick!
.com. Don't get there. Don't go to Plant. I apologize in advance. It is on you.
I don't even know if that's.
It is. It will be in a week, if not this. All right, so that finishes your reaction on that. FCG, you still have a bonus action and a little bit of movement if you want.
Oh, you. I can't see her, right?
You cannot see her. You just saw her vanish within the creature. Actually, you wouldn't even see that because you were incapacitated at the time. You were kind of like,
I was out of it.
For a moment, you weren't even present, and suddenly Laudin is gone, and you're just trying to follow Orum's lead.
Shit.
You can assume that's likely what happened.
Got it.
But
well, then I can't do anything for her. I'm sorry to say. So yeah, I guess I'll bonus action healing word, Ashton.
Thank you.
Sure.
I love this. Getting to double digits would be really
I'll
nice.
do second level healing word. Okay, 2d4 plus 3. Oh, terrible. 6 points.
The whole total?
Wow.
Yeah.
The whole thing?
that's all the. That's okay.
I'm in double digits.
Granted.
Good to know.
No.
Not by much, but I'm there.
Low
Fair
dubs.
enough.
Low
That's
dubs.
it.
That's your turn. Okay, that brings us to you, Ashton.
Fuck! I'm running up. I'm gonna smash the fucker. Is there anywhere I can go where I'm flanking?
From F-Zero.
Without too much of a
With
yeah.
FCG, you can flank there.
How much movement was that just there?
That would have been 20.
Perfect.
Actually, 5, 10, 15 feet.
Even better. All right. Since I'm flanking, first attack is.
I sprung for caffeine. Maybe that was.
Fuck. Yes, that's what I wanted. That's a natural 20, and I was gonna do it anyway, but now I'm even happier. I'm putting a Chaos Burst into that.
Hit that slot machine.
Come on, number 3. Come on, number 3. That'll do. So let's do. Is that right? So damage on that is
No.
awful.
No!
Wow.
4 thunder damage up to 8.
Yes.
And after dice are doubled, 14 points of just standard damage.
You got it. Okay.
Smashing.
So that's together.
Crack with the first attack on the side. There's an impact where you see hardened exterior bark-like armor splinter upon the impact of the hammer. That's your first strike.
Here we go again.
Here we go.
Here we go.
That's all I hear whenever I hear Daga's. Here we go.
How is this possible that I'm rolling so low? That's 7. 16.
16 just hit.
Jesus.
It's because you rolled so high at the start of the campaign.
That's true. There's balance in the force here.
Another fucking Chaos Burst in there, because I really want this to be over. Psychic damage. Cool. Here we go. So that's 3 points of psychic damage. Plus 14 points of bludgeoning damage to try and get it to throw the motherfucker up.
Okay.
Any? Has no intention of vomiting this woman up, does it?
Let's see. It was over 30. And typically you did over 30 with your strikes too. So actually that'd be 2 Constitution saving throws. I forgot to do that earlier.
27 total for me if I was not over 30.
Well, no, because the fire damage did double.
Right.
So, yeah, and so it would have retained its Constitution saving throw with you. You did over 30 in one round, so it does make another one. That is a natural 20. So yeah, it's unfortunately it's still holding on.
Chloroform is shit.
However, that second hit, as it cracks between the flame strikes that have carved through it, it's starting to show some wear and tear. Like previously, there was a little bit of wounding here and there, but you're like, okay, you're starting to see some real damage show on this entity.
I'm going to back off 20 feet into that tree.
Into this tree?
Yeah.
Here?
Yep.
Okay. As you back away from there.
It's already used. It's already used its reaction.
On Fern it did.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So.
Paying attention.
Yep. You're good.
Nice job.
All right. Finishing actions go. Laudna, you're up at the top of your turn.
Oh noes.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
Don't die, dead.
I tried.
So many dice.
I hate it.
So many dice.
It doesn't really matter.
No.
Literally doesn't matter at all.
No.
That is 24 points of acid
Oh,
damage.
you're okay.
That's the end of that.
It's not
It just
an
literally
insta-dead.
made my eye twitch. All right, okay. I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah. Would have auto kill.
It got
could have
close.
auto-killed
It
her.
got close.
It got close.
Oops.
Campaign 3 is different, you guys!
All bets are off, motherfucker! Okay, hang on. Let me,
So
hang on.
Okay, sorry.
When damage isn't really critical hit reduces user. Make it correspond.
It clearly isn't, though,
What's the
so.
damage taken? There's no way.
We were beating the fuck
No
out of it.
success.
Yeah, hitting you with a sword.
So I could attempt to roll a natural 20 for strength
You
of the
could.
grave. I rolled
Attempt it.
I rolled exactly what I needed last time. Come on, natural 20. Manifest it.
Easy.
No. Rolled a 14.
Okay, well, at least that's good. That's not a fail.
It's not. It was my ability to stay alive.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately. So you are 0. That is. So it brings you to the end of your turn. At the top of the turn, you take a death saving throw. That's what it is. So don't have to worry about it this turn
I
necessarily.
hate it. I hate it.
I hate all of it.
And she's in the acid. If we don't get her
So
out.
at the top of her turn, she just rolled damage, but the death save would be after.
roll 2.
Would be before
actually, this is interesting because like death saves happens at the start of the turn, but the damage you take from this also at the start of the target's turn.
So what?
I'll say roll a d6 for me.
All of this.
why?
Come on, big dog. You got
Roll a
this.
d6.
Let's go.
On a 1 to 3, the damage hits before the death save, which means you will take 1 this turn. You have to roll. Otherwise, it'll wait till next turn. So go ahead and roll. You want a 4 through 6.
Come on.
I want a 4 through 6.
Roll a death save.
No, I hate it. And the next turn, that's an auto crit, so it's 3 fails.
No, it's not melees are auto hits. This is just acid damage.
It's just.
This is
It's just acid damage. Just slowly being digested. It's fine.
Come on.
No, but
Cling to life.
it will be 2 saves on the next roll.
Cling to life.
Let's go.
What is that?
Rolled a 16, which means
Right!
no. Sorry, that's an 18.
What does that mean?
I get a hit point back
You do?
How, what? How?
because I'm an undead motherfucking bitch.
Yes!
I'm hard to kill. I am made of paper, but I'm technically hard to kill, so I have 1 hit point again.
So you come to consciousness, you still have your round now. From inside the cage.
Alright.
That's fucking crazy. Okay,
That
okay.
is awesome.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
I have 2 things that help me to keep me from
That's
dying.
great. I love it.
Doesn't mean I can't die, but all right.
There's a half-dissolved woman's
Okay.
corpse sliding around.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So as I
skeleton
can
in there.
feel my consciousness waning, and I kind of check out for a minute, and I come back, and no one could see it, but if they could, my eyes start glowing green, as I can hear Delilah's voice rattling around in my brain.
Yet. There's still much to do.
And then I'm gonna take my form of dread as my bonus action.
Okay.
And kind of start snapping and cracking once again inside. That maybe you just see like bones. Wait. Okay. My D10 for my. That sucks. I get 3 temporary hit points. Wait, 3. Hang on.
Wait, you got more hit points?
I get to roll temporary hit points from my
Form of dread?
form of dread. Yep, 5 hit points.
Do you also see visions of Whitestone Andy pass before your eyes?
Okay.
Oh, Whitestone.
No jokes.
And then
That's your bonus action.
Next roll
Hey,
over.
it's me, Whitestone Andy. How you doing?
Did you guys see Whitestone Andy's cameo in Legend of Ice and Ice?
Yeah, it was the next rope over.
weird thing.
Jeez.
Good call. I know where Ashton
Yolanda
popped
brought me
out.
back too. Hey,
Kind of. I
Vaguely,
saw him.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to do a
Can
bidding.
I guess it's all smoky and stuff. Can I?
You can make a strength check to try it.
Can I? But I'm not good at it. Can I just feel for the hole that he already created, and start seeing if I can pry my bony ass out of it?
I will say, given this circumstance and the preset hole that you've created in escaping, this can be either an athletics or acrobatics check,
All right.
because you've pre-opened that.
Yes, I have.
I'll allow that choice.
And I made a lot more room than you're gonna need.
I will definitely take acrobatics because my
Okay.
athletics is -3.
That'd be fine.
Straight roll. Come on, son of a bitch. 14.
14. Natural 5 plus 6, 11.
So that's good.
That's success.
So
you get out?
So
What an amazing
what you
round.
see is Aladno full form of dread, glowing green eyes. And first you see like a wispy smoke and black ichor start pouring out of its wound. Before you just see my head
Ace Ventura ran over it.
as I claw my way out of
Oh, God.
it.
Kill it!
I died again.
Fern,
And that's my turn. I
Good to know.
Can I move?
You can't move. You're prone because you come out of it prone, so you can get up and move half your movement if you want.
Oh, can I stay prone? But I like
You can
flip.
crawl away.
I flip over and I do that weird spider climb backwards.
The
Yes.
exorcist down the stairs. Yes.
You can definitely do that because crawling is half movement, so you can move. You can crawl 15 feet away from it on your back.
Yes.
Oh,
Good block. Before I forget, Fern, because you did take the damage earlier and you were concentrating on Flame Blade, just make a Constitution saving throw. Do you have Warcaster? No? Then just roll a Dexterity. Okay. So add your Constitution saving throw.
Holy fuck. I can't
15?
15, you're fine. Okay. So you maintain concentration. All right, so that brings us back to the top. Imogen, you're up.
God, I need a nap.
Haven't seen Laudna just. I was gonna use a really horrible term. Just come on out of it. I'm gonna circle around the fire and get lined up with the fairy light. I'm gonna line up the fairy light with the creature.
Right there, you mean?
No, like
Oh, right
to
here?
where I've got a straight line fairy light.
Oh, I see, right
yes,
there.
yes.
Good call.
Through the campfire.
Yeah, through the campfire, I'm eyeing both to get them even.
You got
and
it.
I'm gonna shoot my hand forward. My eyes are gonna flash white. Everything floops up, including like the flames on the fire start to flare up a little bit. And I'm gonna shoot a lightning bolt
Oh shit!
through it all and try to get both the tail and the
Let's go.
creature. Let's go.
Easy enough to do. I don't have to measure, but it's fun to just visualize.
Just barely goes
Probably just the
by
tree.
Laudna.
Yeah, the tree
Yeah.
behind it as well.
Yeah, about 10 feet over Laudna's head, just as this extremely bright streak of crawling lightning, this almost snake-like instant winding of pure energy just strikes through. Both, though the creature will, the lure as well, technically can't make a saving throw, so it just takes full damage. So go ahead and roll damage on that. It makes a dex save at our natural 1.
Yes!
Yeah, so full lightning damage.
So that's 8d6.
Fuck yourself.
1, 2,
Whoa.
6, 7, 8. Yep.
Zane. Ooh, a lot.
Woo! 10, 21, 27, 28, 32
32 points
of lightning damage.
Heck yeah. Arcs past, and you see on the far end it kind of arc as it ends up kind of disseminating its energy throughout the ground and the floor around.
I'm gonna just push Laudna 5 feet away from it if I can. Oh, I'm too far.
Too far away, yeah, unfortunately.
Ooh, can I push anybody else? Would it help, FCG, if I pushed you away? You don't need that, do you?
It has a very long reach.
It has a long reach. It doesn't do
We
nothing.
will say
Okay.
the lure at the end does wither from the.
Oh, that's great.
impact.
Okay.
It kind of like curls and turns to dust on the ground.
Yeah, you were gonna be the next one.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's clutch.
Your turn. It is now the creature's turn. We'll see if it regrows a lure. Damn. It does not regrow its lure.
Okay.
Oh, it can
You see the vine-like tendril that it carried, like whip back to the body, and there you see the end of it beginning to kind of like create a new bulb, but it's not yet ready.
That's spring!
From where it's standing now, it's going to go ahead and well, it can't use its lure pulse attack, so it's going to go ahead and use its hungry jaws on you.
Every time.
It is an attack, so it has disadvantage.
Yep.
Dick.
15 and a 16 natural. So that's going to be a 23
I'm sure that hits.
to hit you.
That's fine. That's fine.
So that is 15 points of bludgeoning damage to you,
Okay.
Reshka Grass, and you.
Oh, am I swallowed?
Oh, come on,
That's all right. We got
I can only have one swallow at a time, but you guys keep knocking them out. So it's like, whoa, I need something else.
I'm just trying to get some food.
Right? It's hungry.
Just really hungry.
Do the hungry jaws have a huge reach too, or is it a 5 feet reach on the hungry
5 feet reach on the jaws.
jaws? So I could have shoved FCG farther away. It would have helped.
It would have, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would.
You could have moved 5 feet and done it.
That's true.
But that's all it can take in its turn, because it's not doing its vine attacks, instead deciding to swallow one of you.
Okay, okay.
It will... You know what? Yeah, it's going to shift here a little bit, which means you both get attacks of opportunity on it.
Who do? Me do?
Who do that voodoo?
Both of you do.
Who do that voodoo?
Fire claws, baby.
20 for me.
That hits.
17.
17 hits.
Okay, great.
12. 12 for me.
12 for you.
5 plus 5 is 10 plus
fire damage.
4. So 10 points of slashing damage and 4 points of fire, or 8 if it's doubled.
You got it. It is doubled. Great. Decent reaction strikes on it as it kind of like slithers its way across the ground now, trying to find a centralized position amongst the cluster of you over there.
Uh-oh, why?
All right, that finishes its go. That brings us to Fern. You're up with you, Chetney, on deck.
Everybody run.
Okay.
He just centered himself.
All right. He doesn't like fire. I am going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. And shoot out 3 Scorching Rays.
Like little Spider-Man.
I know.
Blaster.
Alrighty, so roll 3 attacks, adding your spell attack modifier.
Oh, it just happens.
It happens, but you have to still roll to hit. So you roll with your spell attack modifier to see if you hit the creature 3 times.
That's okay. That's okay. Natural 20 for one.
Okay, so one of them's doubled. Keep that in mind. Yep.
Oh, that's.
Oh no, that might. Oh wow.
Or a 1.
One of them's a 1.
Okay. That makes up for the.
I it by moving the thing, but that's fine. And the other one doesn't hit. So 1 natural 20.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 2. It's level 3rd level.
3d6.
So you create an additional ray for each level of the second. So roll for an additional ray. So I have 1 crit, 2 failures, and then 1 additional ray.
So I get to try again. Okay. No, it's a 10.
10 is aw. All right, so 1 crit.
Let's go 3d6.
2d6 technically.
Sorry, 2.
Oh, balls.
Did you drop a grain of sand?
I know. These are terrible.
Just little rice kernels.
Yeah,
So
looks like you grabbed
6.
a piece of pepper.
No, 4. 7 total.
On the dice?
Yeah.
Doubled?
Doubled.
No. So 14.
So 14 fire damage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is
It's
doubled.
28.
Oh, okay. So 28. Well, no, I
Oh, no,
rolled.
it's
I
not
rolled
28,
7.
it's 32.
Yeah,
Yeah, you rolled a 7,
He's-
but you rolled a 20 to hit, so it doubles.
And he's
So
weak
it's 14, and he's vulnerable to fire.
Got it.
So it's 32.
I understand.
28.
28.
17?
Wait.
Plus 14, 14 is 20.
Sorry, 14. I was thinking 16.
28.
My brain. That's totally on me. All right, so 28 points of fire damage to it.
Okay.
Nice.
No, it's
Okay.
32, man. It's totally, it's 32.
No, it's fine. Thank you for
That could have
that.
been so fun.
For some reason, my brain, I was thinking
Been
16.
So good.
Hey, for 1 out of 4 hitting and still doing 28 points of fire damage, that's pretty slick.
True, cool. Okay, I'm not gonna.
It's looking rough. Okay, so that's your action to go ahead and cast that. Is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
Can I? No, I can't also do that.
Have the time of
I don't know.
Would there be? Could I try to get to Laudna and try to pull her back?
Pull her which direction?
To pull her away, like go over and under the armpits, and try to just wiggle into
I can
the.
say you can wiggle her with the rest of your movement that far.
Okay, what's that thing that we're
That's
next
my
to?
light.
That's her
Oh,
light.
okay, good. We're good. We're good.
Okay. That finishes
That's
your go.
my turn. That's my turn.
All right, and of its turn, it's going to go ahead and use an legendary action to do a vine swipe. This one is going to be.
I don't want to go back in. Not like this. Not like this.
No, you're the one who's immediately.
Yeah.
You just struck it.
She's
so-
still down, and I'm.
Disadvantage next to that. That'll be a 15 to hit.
No.
Oof, that disadvantage help.
Oh man, goading attack.
All right. So that finishes your go. That brings us to your turn, Chetney.
Come on.
Chetney rushes up. Rushes up, takes 2 strikes, and now with my bonus action, I'll use Predatory Strike.
You got it.
Which
So
is
3
one
strikes.
less on the damage. It's not the same. So 3 hits. That's only 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. Second one, natural 1, balls, and 24 to hit.
That hits. So 2 hits.
2 hits. Great. 10 plus 5. So 10 slashing, 5 fire, or 20
which
total.
goes to 10 fire. Great. 20
Second
on
one
strike.
is another 5, so 10 and 3. So 16 total, 3 fire. That's added in there. Sorry, I should clarify.
That's okay.
And
No
then
worries.
The last one is
it was one hit, right?
It was. That was it.
Sorry, so
Thank you.
there were 2 hits on
Just the
this.
2.
Still, that's great. That's 36 damage on 2 strikes there. That's enough damage in 1 round to make a Constitution saving throw.
Puke.
That's a 4. Yeah, no, it fails. It pukes up.
Before you even take acid, you're pointing.
Drops you onto the ground next to Chetney, just covered in this kind of like molasses type dark brown digestive fluid.
Foul.
I was a plant. Oh, thanks. I was a plant briefly.
Alrighty, does that finish your turn, Chet?
It does.
All right, that brings us to Orem with FCG on deck.
All right, the best
Actually,
thing
at the end of your turn, it's going to go ahead and use another legendary action to go ahead and Vine Swipe. This one is going to be... It's going to be you, Orem. That is a natural 20.
Nose.
It is angry. It does not like...
Eat.
We're so hungry.
We all get a turn on the water
20 points of
slide.
bludgeoning damage to you,
Yeah.
and you are pulled adjacent to it.
Pull to Jason.
Yeah,
That's fucking fine.
right next to
How
it.
much points of damage?
Interesting to
20? I'll take half of that, please.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Absorb half.
So you take 10, and then you take 10 temporary hit points.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Because you're coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
If I can use them. Because that would not be good.
Okay, so the best thing I can do is keep this thing distracting. So I'm going to continue to maneuver opposite Chetney.
Right.
I'm going to use a bonus action to do Second Wind.
Alright.
Get some of that back. 8. His farts are much smaller than that.
I got that high protein chick gut.
And I'm gonna jump out and like punt up into the air and slash it across the face. It's like, leave us the fuck alone, spinach dick. That is.
Got more specific, which type of dick he is.
That's a 24, 26.
That definitely hits.
And the second one is a 20. So they both hit.
Both hit. Go roll
And then we'll
damage.
make the first one a goading attack.
This is the one.
Goading attack. All right.
It is
That is going to be an 11. It fails. Does not have a strong
11.
wisdom.
11 total from that one.
Nice.
And then 8 for the second.
Alrighty. So striking both twice, you're cutting through and you're watching like chunks of vine and heavy kind of root bark armored pieces like fall off and crack from your blows as you kind of pull back, shield at the ready. It's looking to hurt. It's going to hurt.
It also does no damage, but I kick it one time. That's it.
Good on you for good measure. I'll allow it as a free action. Okay. Finishes your turn?
Yes, all done.
And your turn's going to use its last legendary action.
Oh no.
This one's going to go for you again.
Okay.
That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, that is 12 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Copy that.
Poof, and you're already adjacent to it. It doesn't pull you back. All right, that finishes your go. FCG, you are up with Ashton on deck.
All right, I'm gonna try to end this. I'll fire up the old buzzsaw. And I will.
Do you want to get up?
It's like a Dremel.
You are lying on your back on the
Oh,
ground.
I gotta get up.
Okay.
Gotta get up.
There you go.
To get down.
Like diesel.
I'm gonna try to chop down the tree.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Come on.
Do it.
16 plus 6.
That hits.
That hits.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Come on.
All right. Oh, 16 plus 4. 20.
Plus 4. 20 still hits, yeah.
Hurdy-dur-dur-dur.
It's 6 points plus the 10 that I absorbed.
16 points of damage?
16 points of damage.
Wow.
Hell yeah. How do you want to do it? Right on the cusp.
It's funny because I was just watching like lumber sports with my kids, showing them how ridiculous it is. But yeah, I'll put it in overdrive so a little smoke starts coming out, and I'll say, all life is precious, but not a weed, and I'll just chop it down and try to just chop down the tree. Yeah.
So as you push into it, you carve through, you can see where the sections where previous friends of yours had kind of carved through or pushed through have greatly reduced its central integrity, never mind being crushed rapidly by two giant boulders and then being blasted with a bolt of electricity. And as you carve through, you find every tether that's holding most of its upper torso aloft, and you just kind of...
Yes.
We're talking like, Judge Doom hitting the chains at the end of Roger Rabbit. Like you just come all the way through and you watch as it...
I don't know which way it's gonna fall.
It tumbles off. You know what? Let's go ahead and roll to see.
No.
Okay. Let's go ahead.
Ashton Lavna birth canal got started and FCG finished.
It fell this way.
Hey!
So you guys are fine. So as you're spattered with this heavy brown sap like liquid of the creature, as it falls to the ground, and you see its vines are still kind of writhing and moving, even though the creature itself is very plainly dead or on the cusp of expiring. A lot of its kind of appendages haven't quite gotten the notification and are still kind of just moving and curling.
Gross.
That's gross.
You got mail.
That's cool.
You did.
I walk over to where Fern is. I'm like, are you all right?
Jesus. Oh, I'm just fine.
Fire.
Oh, how are you?
Fire.
Oh, like to burn it up?
Burn it all. I'm fucking done.
Oh yeah, just slashing at it with the claws then.
I just send.
No trace.
Use my mage hand to send the flames down to the creature and set it on fire from our campfire.
You're pushing your campfire down?
Pushing the campfire down to like set it on
That
fire.
is rad.
Okay.
And as I do that, I'm just gonna leap down and run towards Laudna.
Okay. As you all begin to press into carving into it, and as you burn through, you see that there is an aspect of its body that is trying to retether. You see part of it is attempting to regrow, but as your flaming claws and yourself kind of beginning to push all this flame and like magical fire towards its body, it prevents that process until you find kind of the heart of where it is, and it's this like hard, almost baseball-sized acorn-like center of it, and you just kind of pull it forth and crush it in your flaming claws. And as you do, you remove like all the hanging tethers off of it, and the whole thing just immediately seems to turn to a grayish color, and all the extremities that were still twitching go lax.
Are there any fairy nubs on the outside?
Make an investigation check.
Fairy nubs?
Oh, what a good idea.
Yeah, little bulbs.
Yeah. That's 10.
10?
Yeah.
You find the one that was trying, but it's way too underdeveloped.
That looks like a potato.
Very sorry. I definitely misjudged that situation.
What do you mean?
Very much.
We were just asleep and it attacked us, right?
Oh, you guys were asleep. Well, we woke up because we thought there was a fairy. So I went to go, get rid of it, and then it turned into something else. Or it was something else the whole time, rather.
Well, you gotta trust your instincts.
I don't know if I should.
You should trust your instincts.
I'm gonna give 2 peck scritchies with the fur.
Peck?
Peck scritchies. Just a peck scritchies. Oh, big boy.
Fight it.
How's everybody doing?
FCG, can you help Laudna?
Well, she's already dead. I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course. What do you need? You need some healing? I guess I can heal everybody a little bit, right?
Do you have like that? You can sit down for a minute.
I do. I mean, are we gonna... How deep were we in this
About
sleep?
what time of day is it?
Oh, this
Still dark out?
this is still very dark out. It is.
That was the first watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the end of the first watch. So you're still pushing right at about.
No.
I'm trying to remember from last time.
I thought so too.
Let's compromise and call it second watch.
Well, in any case,
Regardless,
can we just take a long rest?
It's still finishing up the watches for the night.
But I mean, can we add to our long rest and just start it over again?
I don't think we'd start it over. It would be finishing out the long rest. How does that work?
I would say with the exertion that's happened here, it would have to be kind of more or less a kind of a reset of the long rest.
Okay.
Second watch? Okay. So we'll say just it would be sleeping in a bit for the morning. Because you guys did go to bed a little early last evening, so it was probably going to be like at the cusp of dawn, waking up. Now you can kind of push a few more hours past that and still get your long rest.
Great.
Yes. So do you need some healing, or?
Oh, I think I'll be all right. You were amazing. By the way, immaculate. That's like throwing the boulders around. Incredible.
Thankfully, no one was inside when that happened.
What was it like?
In there?
Dark.
Slimy.
Prickly.
Smelled a little like eucalyptus, actually.
Yeah, no, a little bit.
Oh, very comforting in there. Actually, you just felt all warm and wrapped up and safe.
I'm just
Getting out was odd. There was that like whole pressure that like.
Oh,
take some of
Does
it
it
off.
burn when I touch it?
It gives a tingling sensation, but you get the sense that it's a combination of mixture between whatever like digestive fluids were inside of it and whatever blood-like fluid has been sprayed around its vicinity. So whatever sort of extremely dangerous acidic property has been greatly diminished in that mixture.
It definitely burned a little bit.
Yeah, no, it definitely burned.
You don't want to keep any of this then?
In like a vial or whatever.
Well, I don't think it would hurt. Just in
I mean,
case.
yeah, I'll just scoop some off of FCG. Keep it.
gross.
And then I'll just press a digitation and clean them up and get some of that goo off of everybody that was inside. If you don't mind.
Nope, don't mind at all.
Your skin.
Oh my god, that's right.
Oh, she's still
Is it
blue?
on-
Oh yeah, she is like deep navy nightcrawler blue.
All over? Has it, or
All
just
the skin.
Just my skin, but my hair is
But
still purple.
there still is like your purple lavender coloration.
I mean, it looks very cool.
It actually
but-
is very.
I mean,
Why did
I
that
don't know.
happen?
I just cast a spell and then that's never happened before.
Oh no, are you losing your magic? Because we left the city and now you've lost your powers.
I don't think that's.
If anything, this is like more powers.
Yeah.
Power to turn blue.
How big were
How
those
she picked up
boulders
those
that she picked
boulders?
up? Were they like Orem size or larger?
No, they would have been less than Orem size. They probably would have been about 15 to 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Each.
It's about like a good solid,
Yeah,
you know,
chunkies.
like a heavy shock put, if not.
Damn, big ass kettlebell.
Yeah, big ass kettlebell actually would be a good reference.
Can you do anything? Do we do anything?
I don't know. I don't.
Does it hurt?
I don't feel any different. I'm just.
When weird shit happens to me, I just go to sleep and hope that it goes away in the morning. I mean, it never does, but I
What
just
if it
hope it
gets
goes
worse?
away.
I mean, I don't know how it could get worse.
I mean,
it could get worse.
Oh God.
Oh no, are you turning
I'm
into
gonna
a
turn into a
blue
werewolf.
You're beautiful on the inside, just as you are on the outside, no matter what. It would be weird if you turned into a werewolf, though. That would be weird.
that would be weird.
Well, it's just, it's a lot of. It's not that you would just be
And
unexpected.
then it's a 2 werewolf group, and then it's just.
Right, the balance would be thrown off.
You gotta let your thing be your thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Maybe it'll go away after a good night's sleep. And if not, I'm sure we can find somebody in the next town to undo this, unless you decide you really like it next time you see it. It's
I guess
a
I'll have to
vibe.
see in a mirror, and I don't really know what I look like.
I mean,
It's
this
a
has
vibe.
never happened before.
Never. That's for sure.
The rock thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that before. I mean, never with 2 at once. Maybe it was overkill.
No, I mean the weird purple.
Oh, the rock.
crystal.
The.
Oh my God.
Or was it this one? Is it the one?
You have one in your head?
I've got so many weird rocks on it.
Where did you get all these rocks?
Well,
Did I miss
remember
one?
We got some from. We got one from the bunny rabbit.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
the
we
one
got
in my
the
hair.
other one from
From the creature.
What creature?
The big mother.
The Shade Mother.
Oh,
The
do you know
big
what
shade.
what that does?
No,
we haven't checked it out
it transforms.
Oh, God, that's right.
It transforms you.
Into what?
I don't know.
How do you... Oh.
It's part of that face stone or something.
Let me smell you. You don't smell moldy like she did.
Do you need me to identify it for you?
Identify me?
No. Oh, well, maybe
You
I
already
should.
identified this.
I did.
And you
okay.
already identified this.
So we're good.
We're good. I'm as identified as. Could you identify me?
Huh?
Would that work? Here, look at me.
Okay. I'll put down my lens and try to magically glean what is Imogen.
Look, you've already mind melded. You don't glean any additional information.
I'm just me.
My lens sort of magnifies the pores on your skin.
Oh God, stop it.
Well, it's just you should probably exfoliate.
Really?
Just a little
Really,
bit.
letters?
There's a few blackheads. I don't mind. I don't mind. If you want.
No, I'm walking away from that.
Okay.
Walking away from that.
No, violent.
Oh, wow, that was a good one.
That felt good now. I feel better. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Whoever you are, I am so sorry. God.
It just feels so. It's so.
You want to feel cleaner? Open.
Not okay.
Rotten butter. Just the white coming out of the blue skin.
Stop! Oh!
So who's taking watch?
I will, just to get away from this.
Okay.
But I'm like, perch.
Well, that's in there now. Fuck.
So you have about an hour in this form still, right? So yeah, so you take that. That's
55 minutes.
Yeah.
Last thing I think of before I die. Thank you.
All right. So we'll continue this. We'll say this is a continuation of second watch. So if you want to go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage because you're smelling for the air.
14.
14. Okay. The rest of you more exhausted folk immediately get some sleep.
Yes. Face plant in the dirt and immediately pass out.
I leave a little halo of flowers around Lamna's head. She passes out to get rid of some of the decomposition smell.
Oh, well, that's always there. That's a
I
constant.
know.
You get used to it.
How long did it take?
I don't even smell it anymore.
Kind of like it.
It's earthy. It's musky.
Yeah.
It's from the earth.
It's like fallen leaves.
Have some more flowers.
All right. Would like to take the third watch for the evening.
I can do it.
As you revert back.
I'll do it too.
Okay, both of you. Both of you make perception checks, please. While you go ahead and walk her in a circle 3 times before finding sleep.
Ooh.
4.
4.
12.
Okay. You both carry on for the third watch. Feeling pretty confident that you've been keeping an eye out here. The mists have grown thick. The temperature has grown coldest it gets before the dawn hits.
We already killed everything in the area that would come to get us here, so I think we're safe.
Unless the noise called creatures from further around and now they're on their way.
Oh. That's possible.
But I'm looking and I don't see shit, so I think we're fine.
Yeah, I think we're fine. I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Never be seen again.
First hour into your watch, you notice the surrounding jungle beginning to grow slightly brighter and brighter as the sun begins to peek out against the mountains.
Yeah.
And as you are sleeping further into the day, you do take the first few hours of morning of your final watch here as the morning light does greet the jungle. Still choked by the thickened canopy above, but nevertheless, you do have some visual presentation around you as you begin to prepare yourselves for the journey ahead. Until eventually the rest of you begin to come to consciousness. You can all take your long rest.
Yay, family.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Never again.
Thank you for
Who am I kidding?
coming. Okay.
I wake up just a little bit earlier than everybody else. I'm already working furiously. A pile of wood chips nearby. It's small, exquisite, mysterious.
May I do a little quick look around for any herbs?
Sure. Go ahead and make a nature or medicine check. Your
Would
choice.
you like some help with that?
I would love some.
All right. I'll just help her.
Okay, so you have advantage on the roll.
Okay. I'm gonna put that one away because it hasn't been rolling well. That's not much better. What was it? Nature or
Nature
medicine?
or medicine, your
Okay,
choice.
8.
8.
It's a weird area.
I try.
You walk around a bit, and you kind of... It's tough in this area, because a lot of the plants around here are more like... larger... pardon the term, ferns. And other things that lack any sort of medicinal quality. You do find one odd clump of kind of destroyed vegetation that has this unique kind of almost like a sap, like a dark brown sticky sap coming out of it. And as you kind of go toward it, touch it, it kind of tingles the end of your fingers. And as you go up to check and see what she's found, you realize, oh, this is just the body of the thing you killed last night. None of this is useful.
Oh, I thought it was something. Okay.
It did look weird.
It did.
The horses are getting somewhat restless, and you can hear like the...
Am
not
I
too
still
far.
blue in the morning?
You are still blue.
Oh, no.
Well,
Clear pores, though.
Do you need me to... I don't know if I can do anything today, but if this persists, maybe tomorrow I could do something, some sort of spell to restore you in a lesser way to your former self. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Quite a vibe, honestly.
I know. I don't mind it horribly, but I mean, it doesn't hurt at all. But yeah, I mean, if it starts to affect me in some other way, I certainly. Yeah.
Did the creature do anything to you?
Not that I know of.
Wow.
What?
It's just, you're very blue.
Well,
it kind of reminds me of those, remember when we were walking through the street and we were in, like, the red light district and we saw those tiefling women who were, like, doing the little burlesque dances and they had, like, the beautiful blue skin and, like, red little, like, titty tassels. Those
should I get some titty tassels?
You should totally get some titty tassels.
All right.
I mean,
it's a vibe, sure. Yeah.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Maybe when we're in the next town, I can look at some titty tassels.
All right. But I can make some.
Yeah.
Got this red yard.
I mean, if we're going full crafting, we are literally surrounded by trees and leaves. They're basically nature's titty tassels at that point.
This is like my little lumber yard, so you just say it, and you'll have some
wooden titty tassels.
Wooden titty tassels.
Well, if you could carve,
Trees.
like,
Nature's
two little
titty
hearts, and then Imogen could add, Laudna could add some flair.
The little,
Yeah.
I was about to say that it was like having Dorian around, but all coherent thought left about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So.
Can I go? I'll pick up some scrap pieces of wood that are around the campsite and just tuck them back behind my harness. And as I wander just a little bit over on the map, is that little Toadstool House anything, or is it just something that made it onto the map, or is that a secret thing that we should explore?
This here?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. So you go over and approach that. You walk up towards it, and you've like kind of seen something like this far off in the jungle, but this is the closest you've been to one. You see this cluster of a large fungus that grow to about 3 feet tall, so like just a little below your height. The center of it, you can see this kind of dull grayish coloration striated as it goes up, and where the cap is, it has this odd dark purple coloration to it.
Does it smell like fungi?
You can make a medicine or a nature check if you'd like to try and identify it.
I'll use advantage with my nature check.
14.
14. You're not entirely certain what this is. but is definitely of a fungal variety.
Poke. Does it do anything?
You poke it?
With the wood chisel.
Okay.
Yep.
You poke it, and you watch as the cap kind of retracts in slightly. A cloud of spores showers around you. Need you to make a Constitution saving throw. For
Okay.
Shit. Jenny, you coming?
14.
14. Okay.
Make a death save.
You only take 8 points of poison damage.
Whoa! Holy shit!
And your senses go fuzzy for a second, almost like you're instantaneously drunk. Like you would just, you're 4 cups deep in a tavern, and you shake it off, and you still feel a little woozy and a little nauseous, but you feel like you're glad you're hardier than maybe some other folk, and you kind of stumble away for a moment.
So those years.
You all right?
You okay?
Yep. There's a cap. There's a cap of fungus over there. Don't touch them. They go poof.
Good trip or bad trip?
Bad, good. I don't know. It depends on how you feel when you're like this.
Do you feel bad or good?
You would know. Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I'll get back to you in an hour. Everything's kind of moving. Y'all need to quit tipping the earth. Oh.
How about we get him on the car?
Earth, it's flat.
Yeah.
All right. That's true.
What is that? Is there like a stone or something in front of a tree?
Though that right there is a piece of ruined terrain. Do you want to investigate it?
Oh, really? Guys, we're going to start paying attention to this shit.
We should
See,
pay
I'm telling
attention to these.
Go
bats
ahead
way
and
more.
make an investigation check.
We'll check out everything.
Matt.
Well, fuck.
I'll
Anybody
assist
wanna
on
help?
that.
Yeah,
I'm
you wanna help me?
interested.
Oh,
yes,
you're doing it?
what are we investigating? No. But what are you looking for?
I know as well.
I'm
I will
investigating.
guidance you.
Oh, great.
We don't.
Jesus.
Add a d4.
It doesn't even matter.
With advantage.
With fucking advantage.
It's a rock.
9.
Good
Okay.
night.
You inspect it, and there's not much to find here. You can see what looks to be elements of a long toppled structure, whether it is nearby or was jettisoned here, you're uncertain. Looking around, it stands out a little odd in the vicinity of what is a very, very heavily wooded, dense jungle area. It looks old.
Does anyone know anything about ruins in this area? Have y'all heard anything about it?
Is anyone here proficient with history?
I am.
Go ahead and make a history check. I will say, even though you're proficient with it, I'll say disadvantage because you are not familiar with Marquesian history as well.
Proficient as well, but historical events, legendary people, or ancient kingdoms.
I rolled.
Wow.
You would have advantage when it comes to specifically pertaining to a certain type of creature.
Got it.
This is fascinating.
Oh, that's it.
Ooh!
I rolled 2 19s.
Whoa!
Dang.
So that's a 26.
Whoa!
26. You don't know specifically anything about what this might pertain to, but even looking at elements of it, you do recognize that there are elements of old elfish architecture visible in some of the curvatures of the stones, some of the details and markings that are on kind of the merge points where what looks to be a pillar, some sort of a load-bearing pillar. It's at an angle which tells you that it didn't crumble, but it landed at an odd angle. And the cracking of it means that it probably landed with a heavy impact.
And it's just a piece of wall or structure
Yes,
with that carving
correct.
and design on it.
It's like stone?
It is stone. It is elvish in nature, and it looks, based on just the elements of erosion here, it is very old, like pre-calamity old.
Whoa. I'll do a 360 and see if there's any more to be seen in the surrounding area.
Are there words or anything on it? Is there writing on it that you saw?
It's Elven. I don't speak, and it's
There's no language going across it. It's just he just recognized the architecture based on his history check.
and that's a 20.
20 for perception? Okay. Looking around here in the early morning, you do not see any other signs of similar architecture.
Well, I let them know that.
You did. I will say, with a high enough history check, you do know that at least in Marquet, there were some climactic elements that happened during the calamity that scarred the landscape heavily. You do recall that what is now the Rumadam Desert was not a desert, but a jungle itself. And at one point, there was a flourishing elf and orcish society in the desert that was essentially wiped off of Exandria in one fell strike by a betrayer god. And your mind tells you...
The whole city just like...
The whole city in the jungle that's now a desert.
Whoa.
This is debris.
What looks real?
This is debris.
Oh, Dupree, yeah. It's like, who's Dupree?
You'll find out soon.
I gotta pay attention. I gotta take notes, you guys.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think we're looking at history.
Just go up and touch it. Yeah. Just never been around anything this ancient before.
It's very pretty.
Well, horses are getting antsy.
Yeah, we need to go.
Oh God, are all the horses there?
You go and check on the horses from the night before.
Oh, God.
And they're all accounted for, you're fine.
Is there any
unheard of
part of the ruin that's like
can
be broken off? Anything we can take with us from the ruin?
Maintain some stuff.
Sounds horrible. I want to take a piece of it with me.
You're gonna
Is there
take a
anything?
piece of history.
Well, it's just sitting here in the middle of a jungle. You know,
it's not gonna go. Well, what else is it gonna do?
If it was part of a museum, I certainly wouldn't try.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead if you have the tools or somebody has the tools, like a hammer and chisel.
Laudna, can I borrow your hair?
Oh!
She has a hair.
It just rip out a piece of hair.
Not actually your hair. I meant the hammer at you.
Oh, that. Oh,
Okay. It takes you a little bit of time, but it looks like, I will say for the purposes of this, just go ahead and roll a d20 and add either your strength or dexterity modifier.
Every archaeologist in our
Because you're not proficient
Well, I
with
just
tools.
wanted to get it like
just
looked
as a
at. I'm
migraine.
not.
No, it's great.
I'm
Let's go.
trying to.
This is not a real place. We're fine.
Okay.
Should we leave it now?
Just like take some
What is
photographs.
it? A strength or a
dexterity
dex?
modifier.
19.
Okay, even so, it's a little rough. Anything that would be easy to pick off has already eroded over time. So everything that still remains and still holds its place here is fairly solid. So you have to go ahead and kind of check at which angles the existing details, the long kind of eroded details of it might give you a point that you could hammer at the right angle and cause part of it to crack off and still be identifiable, that carries some semblance of the architecture with you. And you manage to do so. It takes you a good 15 or 20 minutes, especially with some help of your friends, to kind of gauge it. And you get a piece about this big that you can see kind of carries in it part of the arch, carries in some of the scrolling, and kind of as best as you could feel comfortable carrying that would possibly survive the trek as long as you have something to keep it in.
Okay.
Should we leave a note?
No, I think we should just head out.
What would you say in the note?
Dear,
ancient civilization.
Or no, I was just gonna say, dear explorer, who's studying history. If this piece that we've taken could solve the riddles of history, you can contact us at
Lord-Estrus.
At Lord-Estrus's house in Prussar.
I'm going to start carving this right into the wall.
No,
of this thing.
Let's go.
All right, let's
mount up.
All right. You gather your supplies and one by one take to the backs of your horses once more, beginning to carefully trot back towards the main road, leading you northward.
I give some nose nuzzies to Sir Floppers. Just good boy.
Got like
start to
lip
gallop
bites at your cheek a little
On
bit.
top of heart, you just hear, ooh, barracuda.
As Imogen sings to herself, trotting off.
Deeply blue. Somebody had a night.
Indeed.
You look like a vinyl album.
Feeling it.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Trekking back towards the safer roads to complete what is hopefully to be your final day of travel towards Heartmoor Hamlet, as you just begin to see the edges of the jungle give way to rising bogland, wetland, and the trees that dot the marsh of the Heartmoor itself. And we're going to take a break. We'll be back here shortly to pick up from that point. But yeah, thank you for chilling with us. We'll see you shortly.
Yes!
Stories guide us toward intuition and creativity, whether they are narratives we understand about our own lives or the tales we create with our friends. The Fable Maker's animated tarot combines tarot and role-playing games with a third magical element, animation. Partner your new deck with the hardcover tarot guidebook, combining the wonder of storytelling and world-building with the practice of tarot. Within these beautifully animated cards, see your worlds come to life. What new adventures will you shape? Pre-order today at animatedtarot.com.
Long ago, Zadia was one land, rich in magic and wonder. Now, epic events send shockwaves through the land, and the world stands on edge, uncertain of what the future holds. Tales of Zadia, the Dragon Prince role-playing game. Explore the epic world of Zadia in this all-new, Any award-winning tabletop role-playing game, featuring beautifully realized, fully canon, never-before-seen corners of Zadia. Immerse yourself into your character with narrative-focused traits, values, and flaws that make them more than just stats on a page, while your choices dramatically impact the key characters you'll meet in your tale. Step into the role of narrator and weave your own fantastic tales of Zadia for your players, full of strange beasts, challenging quests, and even some familiar faces. From the perilous peaks of Del Bar to the notorious elven settlement in the Drakewood, the continent of Zadia is full of endless tales. Tales of glory, tales of joy, tales of sorrow, and tales of wonder. Your tale begins now. Tales of Zadia, the Dragon Prince role-playing game. Available now at talesofzadia.com.
What? I'm just laughing because we have such a great mix of like original characters, original storyline, each campaign. And then there's this asshole that tried to kill Santa.
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
Oh! Whoa!
Put that on a Smucker's jar.
Sorry, Tal.
I love you, Tal.
Spill the tea because I was like, is he crushing?
Oh, my character died last night. Oh, what were you fighting? Inevitability? I don't know.
Is this a prop or is it edible?
Oh, book stuff. Love to see it. Oh. Hello there. Okay. Now don't worry. Your second favorite DM isn't in any danger, but your little buddy Abria Iyengar is here to tell you a very special announcement. Exandria Unlimited is coming back for a 2-part special, baby. And this next little bit, if you're not caught up, is a spoiler, so go away. So, after fleeing Marquet with his brother, Dorian attempts to lay low with his friends, the Crown Keepers, in the seedy little casino town of Kaimel. Okay, you can come back now. Someone tell people to come back. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna be joined by returning players Amy Carrero, Matthew Mercer, Anjali Bhamani, and Robbie Damon. And we have a brand new player joining us, the ever lovely, ever brilliant Erica Lindbeck. So, Exandria Unlimited Kaimel premieres Thursday, March 31st, and you can join us the very next day on Friday night, April 1st, for the conclusion of what is sure to be a chaotic and thrilling adventure. So, that's the deal, and I'll see you soon. And until then, is it Thursday yet?
critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Can you put donuts in this? Only one way to find out.
I am Kitty. Yes, I am very sweet.
Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect.
I mean, the traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Sam Riegel here. There are many relaxing properties to a Twitch subscription to Critical Role, so today I'm going to tell you all about them in soothing ASMR, which stands for Autonomous Subscription Meditative Reaction or something. With a Twitch subscription, you can watch our VODs immediately after the live broadcast, before they're uploaded to YouTube, so you can unwind with us at your own pace. Listen. That's the sound of your blood pressure decreasing. You also get access to all of our custom emotes. And you can post links in chat. Doesn't that sound nice? And speaking of chat, Twitch is the only place to join our live and professionally moderated chat while watching Critical Role. So snuggle up with some cocoa and let the calm flow through those fingers, critters. I'm whispering from really far away. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch subscription to a channel of your choice through Prime Gaming. So why not use that tranquil little freebie on a Critical Role subscription? Just remember to resubscribe every month. Oh.
Ugh. Am I doing this right? Or, oh, sorry.
Am I doing this right? You can also gift subscriptions to fellow critters. So what are you waiting for? Start spreading that sweet serenity with a Twitch subscription to Critical Role. It's like a warm blanket. Oh, hold on. It's my proctologist. Just give me a second, okay?
Hello? Hello? Oh, hey, Doc. Yeah, what's up? What do you mean more teeth? I thought you got rid of them all. Well, no, don't tell me to relax. I'm the one with teeth up my...
Subscribe.
And welcome back. So, as you all trek away from your evening of not quite as restful sleep as you would have hoped, you get back onto your horseback and head towards the main road and begin to lead your way towards the Heartmoor itself. Beginning to transition from the thick jungles that you've been familiar with here in the Erdiran Wilds, you watch as the marshlands progressing deeper into these wetlands. The tall, robust jungle trees begin to give way to curled, draping behemoths and towering, tangled mangroves that rule this sodden and oddly beautiful landscape in its comparably dreary atmosphere. You see vibrant, deep greens mingle with the masses of gray moss to present a uniquely earthy patchwork of colors and textures along the bog-swallowed hills that surround you. Now, the main road and path, it looks like it has been continuously filled with gravel and dirt to maintain an elevated road, but even at times to the immediate right and left, it drops off into just marsh water. You can see the occasional root growing through, and there are all manner of hills that rise up beyond, but the heavy fog, which I should hit here, does choke the vision. Don't make you make Constitution saving throws for the cold. Chokes the far distant visibility beyond about 300 or 400 feet, where you can just see the shadows of distant swamp trees. Pushing forward, though, you do see this is a well-worn trek, and even maybe the first hour of your journey into the marshlands here in the Heartmoor, you can hear the distant sound of horse hooves, as what looks to be a small grouping of 4 horses and 2 carts begin to pull up alongside you. You kind of set off to the side, and you can see a group of hooded figures kind of nod as they pass on, heading southward into the wilds from where you once came. Pushing on about halfway through your day of travel.
Did they look heavily armed or anything?
Make a perception check.
Come on, I'm just gonna let them go by us, all right?
Should we at least tell them, like, watch out for fairies?
No.
No?
I'll just do one roll.
No,
15.
because that's not what it was.
Great
There were
20.
no fairies.
I know.
They don't look any more armed than people that are traversing dangerous terrain. You do not see heavy armor. You do not see mercenary attire. You see standard clothing with general travel protection, leather armor, but from what you can tell, it does not appear to be scuffed or scarred. The weapons are sheathed and are there, just as a protective mechanism, but you do not get the sense that they are,
crazy armed.
Yeah, they do not look like they're out here with dubious intent.
Did they look they're traveling, or were they protecting like cargo?
The 2 carts that you can see traveling behind them both were covered, and you can see like thick tarps were placed over them and kind of tied down with ropes at different rivets along the way. Differing levels, you couldn't probably tell what was being carried in them, but it looks like they were bringing with themselves some sort of materials, whether it be for trade or transport.
Excuse me. Anything to note from the direction you're coming from? Any dangers to be wary of?
You're shouting this as they're passing you, like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Kind of look back and look over at you. Stay on the road.
You too.
The fairies aren't real.
And kind of looks over. And keeps going.
That was good. Keep an element of mystery. Can't do it all for them,
I don't know.
A few hours of additional travel from there, the swamplands around you definitely start carrying more unique color. You can see maroon undertones in patches of moss and clusters of fungus that begin to show up at the edges of some of these hills. You can see kind of small cliffs that begin to rise up where swamp trees twist upward and then kind of bend down, leaving these long draping vines and boughs that leave these kind of grayish, almost lavender-colored, moss-like leaves that drift down and actually touch the surface of the water and go below. You can watch as the water itself is often disturbed by fish or other things that lurk beneath. Just ripples kind of shifting outward. You, Orem, notice a little ways up ahead, there is a small, lazy trail of smoke. This little plume that is kind of drifting a little ways off the left-hand side of the road.
So veered away from the line of the road that we're on. All right, maybe some people stopped off in that direction. You see that?
Can I see anything?
As you guys kind of get slowly closer, you begin to see, because the pathway where the road itself is on, sometimes it's very thin, and they've actually had to kind of carve out and maintain a pockmarked, perpetually challenging portion of roadway that is fighting erosion and just falling into the swamp. And you can see there's like older packed dirt versus newer, fresher dirt and gravel that's constantly being put on to maintain it. Other areas widen up and become comfortable, where it looks like either a hill has been somewhat shaved, or you actually follow the road up over towards a top hill where there is, small gatherings of trees and a semblance of more natural forest and jungle land around here before it descends back into the swamp. This area rises up slightly, and as you glance off the side of the path, you see maybe about 30 feet off what looks to be an often stopped at resting point. You can see there's an area where a few trees have been cleared. You can see there are 4 or 5 spots where it looks like small stone circles have been placed where there is blackened charcoal left behind and dirt. Looks like many camping spots are maintained in this region, and there you see a handful of horses, and it looks to be a small group of 5 figures that are currently picking up their camp, and you see one of them is currently like throwing dirt onto the fire. But the road continues onward in the direction you've been traveling.
How much farther to the Heartmoor?
One of them kind of stands up. You see a female silver scaled dragonborn. And most dragonborn you've seen are broader, but this one has a very like thin, almost snake-like, like lithe physicality to them. Her neck is tall, and the head itself comes to like this very kind of striking point. These very bright golden eyes that peer through these like side slits. As the bundled hood that sits around the shoulders kind of pushes back as she stands up. You have maybe about 3 hours this way.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Do they all look like they were dressed anything remotely cloaks or anything like the people that we saw previously?
Make a perception check.
Could I use advantage for perception because I'm looking and smelling and all sorts of stuff?
You could try it. You can say if you want to smell, if they smell similar to them, but you get that advantage only as your sense of keen sense.
Okay, fine. Just a 12.
12, yeah. They smell like they've been traveling for a long time and probably need a bath.
Where are you all coming from?
We are traveling from the south.
Are we traveling to the south?
I know.
Fair day for travel.
Did we come from the south?
So far it seems. The weather has been helpful. It's the kind of smiles, the toothy grin that curls across the face, holding her hand out to gesture the lack of rain. But indeed, what about your companions? Where do you come from?
Recently, Jussar.
Very well. Good luck. Stay safe.
Avoid the fairies. They're not real.
Even those who are real should probably be avoided. Starts going back
Wait,
to...
what's your name? What's your name?
My name is Hutchin.
Hutchin?
These are my companions. And she turns back over her shoulder, and you get a kind of a closer view. The other ones are kind of keeping a little huddled away. They're a little... You get immediately the sense that some of them are not very trustful, and one of them is not even paying attention. You see what looks to be a male Qatari, but of an Egyptian cat variety, hairless, with just this kind of heavily wrinkled, kind of gray skin across the head, big pointed ears off to the sides, and bright yellow wide eyes, and small kind of pursed cat-like nose in the front, themselves wearing a big thick leather mantle and like another bundled cloak, similar coloration as to the one that Hutchin is wearing. You can see them kind of putting a hunter's bow over their shoulder and is kind of just staring at you as their eyes narrow, kind of just inspecting each of you as they go. You see a human female who has a drum kind of tucked under the side of their travel garb, just general like travel clothing. You see them put together a hunting knife away, and you can now notice that one of the things that they're currently wrapping up looks to be a mostly cooked, partially eaten body of some sort of a jungle cat that has been like skinned, cleaned, and has been prepared for travel. So you get the sense of some sort of a hunting aspect to this troop. You do see a small male goblin as well that has a small upturned nose that's kind of wide and pressed against the center of the face, and these almost like a light pinkish color, almost red eyes that you think are bloodshot at first, but it's just kind of the coloration they have that contrasts against the almost like faint yellow-green coloration. They're just staring and picking up equipment quietly before they turn away. And you see to the very back, currently grabbing the horses and petting them and hasn't even noticed your arrival here, you see a tall female firbolg with a big, bushy black mane of hair that just kind of comes out of her head and pours past the shoulders, and it completely, for the most part, covers her eyes. You do not see the eyes, you just see the nose and mouth kind of poking out from underneath, and it's just currently like brushing one of the horse's manes. At this point, Hutchin kind of looks over the rest of you. And you are?
Oh, my name is Fern.
Fern. Well.
We're Bell's Hells. That rather than introducing all of us individually, we're just traveling through.
You have a name. What sort of work do you do to have a name?
We're multi-talented. It really depends on the situation. We're,
Performers?
Oh, well, not particularly.
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. If the job calls for it.
We could be diplomats. We could be mercenaries.
Freelance life.
Anything you want.
Jacks of all trades. That is useful.
There's always a chance one of us knows how to solve a problem.
And you are working within the wilds, heading to the Hamlet, I presume, seeing as how you're traveling along the Daldale Road.
I'm gonna throw a quick detect thoughts on maybe the Qatari.
On the Qatari?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of like wheel up closer, and so as with the components for the spell are.
Oh boy. A copper piece. I eat those for breakfast.
So there's no verbal.
Oh, verbal, somatic, and yeah, it's everything.
Yeah, so. So.
Infantile.
That's how I cast spells. When you're imagining me, that's how I do it.
So, given the fact that it is all very much kind of like no other people within visual distance in the middle of a center road in the deep portion of this solitary bog, a group of hunters that are keeping a very close eye on your troop, and you're going to begin casting this spell.
I didn't realize it was all of those things, but I've already committed.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes.
As you begin to cast the Dragonborn, Hutchin goes, and what is this one doing?
Performing.
Who knows?
Be careful, he might break into a song. He does that sometimes.
Make a deception check.
Deception check? Or...
Might go easier if you actually start singing.
Can we give him advantage since we gave him the lie?
No.
9.
Nine.
Can FCG get advantage if they actually sing right now, sing something entertaining?
If it was anyone but Sam, I'd say yes.
Yeah,
That's too easy.
I was trying to make it work. Never mind.
The Dragonborn continues to smile, but the eyes do kind of narrow for a second. But you do finish completing casting the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So you get some surface thoughts. Surface thoughts are interesting, but I don't trust this. We should get moving. Look at the things and get moving. It's more like a protective, defensive mistrust.
What do
You want to go deeper, or are you going to keep it at that?
It lasts for a while, right?
Yeah.
A minute. And they know if you dig deeper, right?
That's right.
Yep.
So maybe I'll just wait until we're leaving before I dig deeper.
Oh my
god. Okay.
What do you all do?
We are travelers who wander these paths, taking work we're able, selling what we find as we go. Not quite as prolific as the array of skills that you have acquired, but, we find work where we can within the wilds.
What's your destination today?
Us? I believe we are heading the same direction, actually. We come to the Heartmoor, not terribly often, but when the work calls us here, yes.
Well, we've had trouble on the road. I don't know if you'd mind, but certainly safer to travel together in larger numbers. I don't know if that sit right with you.
Make a persuasion check.
12. 12 plus nothing.
12 plus nothing. I'll tell you what, and I mean this in no disrespect. You look, glances over at your hammer, glances over at whatever this is.
Pop and lock.
It's not that we feel uncomfortable in the presence of mercenaries, but there is benefits in at least watching each other's back. How about we travel in tandem? A bit of distance, but we can, if one or the other needs help, we can call for aid. But just for our own edification and knowledge of how dubious some travelers can be without earned trust, keep enough distance to be comfortably apart.
I think we'd find that amenable.
Prudent but helpful. Very nice.
Very well. Is
Do
that
you
all
have
right?
anything fun for sale?
Her definition of fun gets very fascinating, I might add.
Well, we predominantly work out of Vichy, but we do travel as far south as the Kanak Gulf, within the Hellcatch Valley and up to here and all points in between. So we do occasionally find all sorts of interesting things. And you can see a glimmer in her dragon-like eyes, the gold kind of shimmering with anticipation. What is it you find fun?
Oh, boy. Well, so many things. So many things. I don't think I could even pick one. I think I just, if you had any trinkets or, shiny things or smelly things or...
Tejana! She shuts off, and the Fearbog, who's currently in the process of brushing the horse, stops and goes, yeah, what's going on? Could you bring that bracelet that we found not long ago? Okay, yeah. I'll get that bracelet for you. Hold on. I can't get it off my hand.
Would you like me to help?
Yeah, if you could help me
Yes.
with the bracelet.
Orm is trying to catch Fern's eyes and is silently trying to communicate. Please don't steal anything.
Let me help you.
In Fern's head, you hear, please don't steal anything.
So as the Furbog walks up to you, kind of hunched forward, but even so, still standing at a good 6'8", even with a slight head hunch. So kind of looming over you, the black hair just matted. You cannot see the eyes beneath. Just a little poof poking through with a big smile. And goes, yeah, we can help me with this. And you can see as she produces her wrist, there is this beautiful cluster of beads and gems that are embedded in this kind of double wrap bracelet around the wrist. As you kind of work towards it, Hutchin goes, you seem to have got this, and just kind of stands there beside the two of you at the ready.
I can do it.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me.
Seven.
Oh.
7. Okay, so you both kind of fiddle with it back and forth. And there's a little bit of an odd, awkward tug of war.
Do you need a little bit of grease, oil, maybe?
The rest of the group finishes packing stuff up. All the two of them just kind of stand there next to you, reaching.
Nails. Yeah, my nails are just so long.
Here, we'll get that for you. Okay. And you can see now Hutchin reaches forward and very deftly flicks it off, unwraps it.
That's one way to do it. I don't know.
This was procured on the outskirts of Vichy. It belonged to a very well-trained craftswoman who gathered all sort of strange glass beadware and intricate, small, imperfect gems, who believed that the imperfections is where true beauty is found. And as she gathered these from jewelers who wandered far and wide to craft this one piece that reminded her, or whoever carried it from that point forward, that there is beauty in that which is unrefined and uncut. Jams.
Oh my goodness. How many uncut jams are on there?
7.
Probably cut by candlelight.
So well done.
We just officially dated this episode.
Some jokes stand the test of time.
Not this one. No. This joke was old weeks ago. Weeks ago.
But it's so good.
We're just reviving it.
Well, it's quite beautiful.
Well, it'll run you about 20 gold pieces.
Well,
It would be worth much more if you were to get them cut, but also you would be breaking the poor woman's heart who made them.
well, I don't know her.
No. Are you thinking about that?
Well, no, I just wanted to see kind of what things you were selling.
I'll buy it.
Very bad. 20
Expensive-ass
gold
charm
pieces.
bracelets.
It is very much a charm bracelet.
No, it's been a minute, but when I think when Hutchins said that they were heading our way, could I try and make an insight check to see if she was telling the truth or just deciding to follow us wherever?
Yeah,
we
make an
go
insight
next?
check.
Yeah, they seem like
Just in case. 16.
16.
Good luck to that.
Ooh, a little whisper.
Yeah.
Guys, D&D Beyond.
Oh, shit.
D&D Beyond's back. Did you know that? It's our sponsor again.
This is uncut gems. I'm an uncut gem.
You are.
I am an uncut gem.
Wow, this is a long whisper.
Wait,
Big trouble?
Big trouble.
Wait, what? Oh, Jesus, fuck you off. That was good, Travis. Gullible.
Oh, this was like 5 minutes away from full heart attacks. Thank you.
Of course. Perhaps when we complete some of our trade in the Hamlet, we might have some more fun trinkets to bring to you to sell.
Always a fan.
Well, would you prefer that we lead the way, or?
I think so. You seem to be a bit more armed for the occasion.
We're all right.
Very well. Collect our things. I believe we're about ready. Dejana, if you don't mind. I'm almost done. I just gotta go ahead and get the saddle.
Do you need some help?
Here. I'm going. Yeah, sure, help me. Sure. Thank you. I'm gonna help get the last saddle on the horse.
That's 2 big women. Working on a horse.
I've never put a saddle on a horse, so I have no idea.
Dejana very much like, no, you're you need. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank
and then
you
you
for your
crisscross
help.
under the belly, right?
I've got it.
With the scraps.
Handle the rest of this. You're just a sweet little thing. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh no.
I'm not going to push any further with the detect thoughts, but can I just glance at all of their shoes and footwear, just to see like
If they're from Kentucky?
if the footwear is super sturdy and probably noisy on floors, or if it's more soft and creepy, like sneaky, like burglar type.
Sure, make a perception check.
Or a small wooden duck feet.
Perception check?
Yeah.
23.
23. That's really good. No, they are wearing travel boots. They are rough. They are muddy. They have been. They have seen the same weather you have on this journey, and probably other journeys beyond. So these are definitely kind of rough-looking boots.
Okay. Kinky boots.
Kinky boots.
Kinky boots.
Got it.
Keep your eyes peeled for fairies.
Okay.
So we're going the same way.
Yeah.
You all kind of gather up, get back on your horses, and trek. And they keep about a 50 or 60 foot distance behind you, but do kind of travel in tandem with you along the road. You continue on for a few more hours. No major issue. No challenges, though the temperature begins to get a little warmer and muggier as the day presses on. The humidity in this area definitely surpasses that which you've experienced in some of the other regions of the Odiran Wilds. The insects are growing more intense. The mosquitoes are starting to become a serious frustration. And while the fogs usually burn away midday, here the mists just kind of settle. Where in the early morning in this region, they are the densest, but as the day progresses, they just subside slightly and then hang. But within a short time, you see the shapes of structures in the distance. And as you approach one large kind of bowing bridge that curves from the end of one hilltop to another over a 45, 50-foot channel of water that just kind of travels beneath and separates into two larger, open, kind of small lakes of bog water. You can see what looks to be an arched gate and small walls that surround what would be the southern gate ridge of the Heartmoor Hamlet.
Southern Gate Ridge.
Southern Gate Ridge. All right. I'm going to write that down for some reason.
Sure, go for it.
No real reason to, but sure.
You don't know.
What color do I want to write it?
Every time I go to say Heartmoor Hamlet, my brain says Hamburger Helper.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hamburger Hamlet.
Southern Gate what?
Southern Gate
Ridge.
You approach the front, and the gates themselves are not closed, they're open, but you do see there is stationed there a pair of wilders wearing familiar garb from what you're used to seeing in Drusar, but you can see there's a little less upkeep on them. They're a little thicker, and they seem to be more interested in just ensuring that something isn't following you from behind in the nearby bog. But as you approach, one of them kind of looks out. State your business, please.
Afternoon. We've been traveling for several days by way of Drusar and are just looking for a place to settle in for a few.
It looks so.
She's with us. Yeah, not like a prisoner or anything. She's legit.
She had a really rough trip.
Went off the road. Bad idea. Never go off the road.
I turned blue.
Make a group persuasion check.
DC 25.
All of us?
Bingo,
A
bango.
group persuasion check. This is a general presentation to the guard.
Natural one.
Ooh.
17.
17.
Okay.
15. 16.
19.
8. Okay, pretty good overall.
Overall, not too bad. And this wasn't a very terrible hide. You see, this was less of a whether you get in or not, more of like if they have you tracked or not. Looks you all over. All right. Welcome to the Hamlet. There are a few places to stay for the night if you're looking to put your horses up. There is the dry dog stables over that way. Please enter, and kind of just ushers for you all to continue inward.
Dry dog stables or dry dog?
Dry dock.
That's the only place to stay in town?
No, those are the stables.
Those are the stables.
Oh, stables. Oh,
Is there
where-
any news of the Hamlet that we should know upon our entry?
I would need to get more specifics on what kind of news you're searching for.
Just any dangers or general warnings for the population, things that we should be aware of?
Rules, local customs, laws, greetings.
I mean, the same laws of the Chande Quorum are maintained here. Just do not travel beyond the walls unless you are accompanied by someone who can defend you or themselves.
Sounds like a good deal to us.
Yeah, good.
Any place to stay that you can recommend?
Probably the easiest place for you to look for would be within Itan Square. It is the kind of the central region of the hamlet. There you could find the Sodden Grange Inn.
Awesome. And how would you spell Itan, sir?
E-T-A-N, apostrophe S, Itan's Square.
Oh, Itan's.
Itan Square.
Grange Inn.
Sodden Grange Inn.
Grange Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
what
it?
about the museum in town?
Twilight Mirror.
Indeed, if you are here to see the Twilight Mirror Museum, you will find that also in the town square on the northwestern side.
Why do you not like the museum?
Enjoy. I'm sure it will be extremely informing.
Isn't
it's boring.
Estonia here?
No, it's probably like when all the tourists come and buy fireworks and
The exhibits all suck.
Check the horses in. And
I always like a pamphlet. If you go to the right place, they've got the wall of pamphlets. Those pamphlets are always fucking great. Sure. You learn a lot.
Is there? I mean, maybe. I just want to ask if there's an area of learning in this town.
In regards, I mean, there are many people who can teach trades.
Book people. Are there book people around here? People who read books. Read book readers.
There are some people who own books and read them, yes.
Do they congregate?
I don't know. I have not met many.
You need better friends. I don't know.
He gestures around and goes, if you are looking for a book repository, we're in a fucking swamp. The books that are here are not long for Exandria.
Stable this way?
Fair.
Thank you.
Oh, and also the folks behind us, they're okay. Let them run in. They're with us.
I mean, they're not with us.
They're with us.
They're not really with us.
They just guarded our backs as we were coming into town.
They were also irritated.
All right. Stay safe.
Me too.
Your knees.
Rude is equals too much.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We
yeah.
never know.
We never
We're
get
always
that.
out of the joke.
Gets it.
I think Seder knees are double jointed.
Oh my God. It's a massive drinking can. I mean, this is absurd.
Oh my God. Oh God.
High fantasy to the stables.
All right.
Wait, we didn't keep these horses alive, did we?
We did so far.
Trick is getting them back.
Exactly. It's about the round trip.
You can get there. It's getting them back's the really hard part.
It's not too hard to find out where the stables are. It's the only visible livery within this portion of the city, and it's built specifically to be relatively close to the southern dock, which are the southern gates, which is like the primary entrance from the main road to the hamlet. You can see already there's maybe I'd say a 4-chamber structure with the central stable area being kind of the raised upper roof area. There's no exterior kind of open front stables, but there is a fenced-off portion in the back that is partially undercover. And you can see maybe 3 horses that are currently in there just kind of chewing whatever recent meal has been given to them in small troughs. On the outside, you see, as one person is currently leaving with a horse, a small goblin, maybe about your size or so, woman with kind of long, stringy, kind of dark black hair with kind of gray and white streaks through it. It looks like it's been pulled into 3 different ponytail kind of bumps as it goes down to just past the lower back. Work shirt on, and she ends up kind of waving to the person who leaves, turning to the rest of you. Do you need your horses put somewhere?
Yes, please.
All right. For how long?
Maybe up to a week.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure how long it could take.
Probably a week.
For keep and feed here, it is 1 silver per horse per night.
Wonderful.
Okay, we can scrape that together
That
for you.
seems reasonable.
Very well. I will keep them here, and we will maintain a record, and you just pay upon receipt of
25 silver.
your beast.
There. 35 silver. 5 times 5 is
5 times 7.
Oh, 7 a week. I was thinking of
Business week.
Yeah, business week.
Horse business.
Oh no.
Business horses.
I was thinking, business week.
These are our
weekdays?
business horses. Just for
Yeah, we have weekend horses.
Sounds good. We're good for it.
All right. They go around and gather all the different bridles and take your name down, as well as the horse names, and to their ledger, and kind of prep them for being kept safely within the stables there for the week that you intend to. Though if you need to take it earlier, they can be cut earlier. But your horses are taken care of, and the rest of the hamlet is now at your disposal.
Be nice as cargo.
I would.
And the horse gives that bright horse, a white horse eye on the side of like.
This cargo's never gonna be the same.
I heard "be nice as cargo," and I was wondering what you were planning. That makes a lot more sense.
I'll pet Heart's head and just whisper, "These dreams go on when you close your eyes."
My God. I love Heart too.
I love Heart. Okay, so we got a couple things we got to do here.
Sure.
Now, if we go to the Twilight Museum, doesn't that start the clock?
I think it's just checking in. I think would be reasonable, letting them know we're here. We don't have to start immediately. It's just we're in town. We're gonna get ourselves settled, and then we'll figure out what the fuck the rules are, what the whole
What if it
deal
starts
is.
the clock immediately as soon as we get there?
That seems insane.
What if we just book a room, ask about the people we're looking for, and go from there?
We could send a message to Yvonne and let him know that we're here instead of actually just showing up. We could just send a message.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just write in we're in town.
Okay.
Write him?
Let's send a. I got people who walk to other places and let you know things.
I mean, it's
Can't we
literally
just go
right
talk to
across
them?
the street from the inn, but
Yeah, she was just worried that there was a. I don't know what this is. This isn't a thing that exists in this world. This
it
is
means start.
This is a
Thumb war.
thumb war. This could start the thumb war. Is what.
I just
worried
don't
about.
want, us to do this and then it all goes south and then the Lumos twins, Astani is not here when we finish with it or something.
I was gonna let them know that we're here. We're not ready to start yet, but we just got into town.
Okay.
So that seems to be the prudent thing to do.
All right, we're gonna head towards the inn. We're gonna head towards the museum. Maybe we'll even split the party.
Oh, maybe that's what we do.
actually.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who's heading to the inn? Who's heading to the museum?
What do the people that are not going to the inn need to do?
We need to find Astani,
Uh-huh.
who is like a professor
Yeah.
or a scholar.
Boring as fuck. Okay, keep going. What else? Cool. I'm going to the inn. Who's coming with?
We also have to get word to the museum, but I guess we do
It's
that
all in
from
the same
inn.
square.
It's all in the same square.
Let's just go to the square and then
See where
we
it is.
can.
See what easy?
Yeah.
How many rooms?
I guess we just.
I'll
gotta-
take care of it. Don't worry.
Someone please go with Chutney.
Yeah. No, we're gonna get 4 rooms. 4 rooms.
Good movie.
That's so true. 4 rooms.
Sure.
4 rooms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We did fine with 3 the other night.
3
I just want to point
rooms.
out.
There we go.
Sure.
Sure. All right.
So Chetney is just getting us rooms.
I mean, I'll walk with you to the square, but
I
I'll
mean-
take care of the accommodations.
I'll
Don't
come to
worry.
the inn too because I don't even know where to start to find Astani.
Right,
so-
I thought we
We're
were
all going
talking
to
to
the
the.
Yeah, the barkeep.
The owner.
We're
Yeah.
splitting the party, and both splits are going to the inn.
Right.
You could definitely buy the rooms for us. That would be much appreciated.
Do one at a time. That's all I ask. Is get them there, then get us there at the same time.
My God.
Trying to keep a more presentory.
Yes,
Parents.
very much so.
Working on it. Pull my knit beanie down a little tighter.
Swampy.
All right, so we're going to the Sodden Grange.
Okay. So, walking beyond the Southgate Ridge through the somewhat moss-dappled, bog-centric structures and homesteads you see, the darkened wood themselves perpetually damp with the moisture that hangs in the air. You can see the green growth that kind of gives everything this faint verdant coloration, regardless of what materials they were originally built with. The stone bases and stone structures themselves also giving way to these kind of earthen tones as just weather and nature takes the exterior of it over time. Pushing through the somewhat muddy trekked streets and the semblance of stone that was placed here long before the descent's been slowly recaptured or sunk slightly enough into the ground where the liquid moss water and mud has seeped in and kind of reclaimed a majority of it. You pass to the other edge of this hill. And at this point, you begin to realize that much of this village are these various sized hills that have been cleared off or themselves have been built upon at a higher place, and they are connected through small bridges that hang down or have land bridges that kind of are built up to connect them. The central area you see labeled by two of the small signs at different points being pointed to as Itan Square. And here you can see what happens to be a large center for business and commerce, obviously. There are dozens of large warehouses and shops that line the muddy streets, along with numerous scattered street carts and benches where farmers and crafters sell to nearby passers-by or each other. There's no one excitedly barking. This isn't such a lively town as places of Drusar, and even though you see the accommodations here, there is definitely kind of a more casual energy to those who live here.
More of a smaller town, foot traffic?
Not a lot at this hour, but you do see there's maybe a dozen or so people out in the open right now that are walking past. You can see in this kind of small kind of gathering space the number of stone tables set out, and you can see two older folk are there in the process of playing some sort of a chess-like board game while they're bantering back and forth and arguing over current events or history or whatever else you might think they'll find reason to banter over. But you kind of feel this as the comfortable social heart of the hamlet from what you've seen so far. A little bit. Glancing a little bit around, you do eventually see the sign of the Sodden Grange Inn, which is placed kind of to the northeastern side to the front of the central square here, the actual Itan Square, trying to make sure that it has enough frontage to draw in any people like yourselves who are traveling from out of town. As you approach this, it's a respectable looking inn. It doesn't have quite the grandiose presentation of like the Spires by Fire, but definitely holds a little bit of a stronger and welcoming exterior aesthetic than some of the more rough and tumble places you've stayed on lower parts of the spires in the city you just traveled from. As you step up to the front doors, you do see they do swing. They kind of as you step inward, and immediately you're met with familiar smells. Dried beers and alcohols on old wood. What smells like wet leather that is then dried and re-wet. You catch hints of tobacco smoke, and you do see there's an old, rough-looking fellow who's sitting at a table with both of his feet up on there, who's in the process of lighting up this heavy, dark mahogany pipe that you can see is blackened to the edges from excessive use for years. His big, bushy, gray beard that swallows the bottom part of his face, holding the flame so close, you can't help but be a little anxious, but he obviously knows what he's doing. As you kind of glance, as you step inward, the man finishes kind of puffing a bit and turns around. This man, as it turns, the perspective he was at made him look a lot bigger than he was, because now that he turns, you see this is just a halfling fella. His legs were facing away, and he turns, and they're just a little shorter than you expect. And he kind of like steps off the stool a bit, still holding the pipe. His large ears, the hair kind of curling out the sides. Kind of takes an additional puff off the pipe and looks towards the rest of you.
Well, hello, you're certainly new here. You have the eyes and the look of individuals who've been traveling from afar and probably need a place to stay. Am I correct in my assumption?
Very
observant. See, that's how you keep a business going. So how many rooms are you looking for, and for how long?
How many? We said
Three
how many
for a
beds
week.
do you
Three
have
for a
per room?
Three
So
rooms.
that was a lot
for
of
a
questions.
week.
How many
Yeah.
beds are typically in a room?
We have rooms with one bed and rooms with two beds.
Amazing. We'll take 4 rooms.
4 rooms, very well. That'll be 1 silver piece per room per night.
Amazing.
So
It's
4
on
silver for a week of 7. That'll be 28.
I got it.
We have cheaper stay than the horses.
Bargain.
That's an excellent point.
The horses are also being fed and tended to.
It's part of the package.
The Sodden Grange, is that right? Sodden Grange Inn, is it 1 level, 2 levels?
It's single level.
Single level.
In fact, you see a lot of the buildings here, you don't see many that are multiple levels. There's a handful, but most everything here is just one floor and is spread out a bit. And you get the sense it's probably because anything too heavy on the somewhat soft earth of these hills is likely to sink. And that mistake has probably been made more than once in the past.
I cough up 28 silver.
Thank you kindly for your patronage. Let me get your keys for you.
Brings out this key ring and slowly kind of unhooks it and sets down 4 keys on the table and points you over to the 4 rooms. They're not right next to each other. They're a bit scattered, but this inn is surprisingly robust the further back you go. It has a series of winding hallways, and altogether it probably has like 16 rooms. And you get the sense, just at the size of Iton Square, that this inn probably takes a sizable chunk of real estate here on the square itself.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Dobby Kinsman.
Oh. Are you the owner of this establishment?
I am. Me and my granddaughter tend to it.
Dobby Kinsman?
I imagine you see everyone about town. Do they come here often?
Some do from out of town, yes. Within town, they have their own homes to get to, but some do come in for a good drink and some socializing.
I want to hang out.
We have a friend in town named Isha Sabonis. Is she staying here?
Sorry, Sabonis would not stay here.
Oh, what do you know of them?
She is a very wealthy individual. I've not met her myself.
Okay.
Do you know of someone named Astani?
Old Astani, yes.
Are they staying here? Or do they live here?
No, they live here, actually. Their homestead is over in the Blue Herald's Hill.
Is that far from here?
The Mosslight Manor is not far, maybe about a 15-20-minute walk.
Oh, wonderful. And you said the Mosslight?
Mosslight Manor.
And he kind of gives you a description. It says, like, it's a somewhat rickety, unkept house, decent size, needs some maintenance. Vines and moss, kind of a gray-brown wood coloration. Got some fungus clouding on it. Kind of hard to miss.
Thank you very
So
much.
sorry, was it Blue Light Hill and Moss Light?
Blue Herald's Hill.
Blue Herald's
and Mosslight Manor.
In Mosslight Manor?
Mosslight Manor.
Blue Herald Hill.
Blue Herald's Hill.
Blue
Hill.
Any tips or
Moss
tricks
Light
for folk who are new in town?
I would say, for most folk here, don't be too strong in making friends. People tend to come through here with a little more, they want to earn trust, you understand.
Of course.
And we're far enough out in the middle of nowhere here that some individuals think it's a bit beyond the laws of the quorum. So don't take it to heart if folks seem a bit distant and untrusting.
What's the population like here?
Yeah.
Oh, probably in just a few thousand.
And if we wanted to send a note over to someone, can you arrange that?
I was figuring just walking over at this place. It seems a little silly not to. Do you? Couple questions. Yeah. Twilight Mirror, the Twilight Mirror Museum.
Yes.
We're gonna go there. It's gonna be
How
dark.
close is that, and what's your impression of that place and possibly its owner?
It's not terribly far. You leave the inn, immediately turn right after exiting and follow the edge of the square and continue on the road, that path. You'll see it.
I had a funny feeling.
It's also the post office.
Don't tell me you came here for the museum.
Not directly, no. We're not to see it, just to do a little work. I suppose would be
Very well. Just want to make sure that you didn't make the trek for nothing.
Oh no.
No, but while we're here, we should probably check it out, right? I mean, it's an attraction, isn't
Tourist
it?
destination?
We're being installed.
It is very much what one considers a tourist destination. Yvonne is curious, eccentric. But if that's what you're into, as being a speaking automaton and
whatever you are, I'm certain this is maybe up your alley. I apologize, and I do not mean to judge us.
This is exactly the sort of local opinion that we were looking for, to be fair. This is you've been nothing but charming. Would love to have a quick, strong drink, personally, and I'm happy to get around for anybody else who needs a quick, strong drink. That was a long time on the road. And I don't know what you're smoking, but that is wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Grow and dry it myself, actually.
Had a funny feeling.
There's a lot of folks around here grow and dry what they can find. It's what the Heartmoor is known for. As nasty as it might look to outsiders, it tends to be home to harbor a much vibrancy in the various herbs and plants that wouldn't find life and home in other places here in Marquet. So,
well, if you find yourself with a little extra, I'd love to grab a little sample at some point. If you have a little extra, happily pay for it.
Tell you what, if you have your own pipe, and he kind of pulls out his bag and tucks out a little handful and just kind of puts to you.
Not with me, but I'll definitely
find yourself one. And
You need a pipe?
Ooh.
God. Give me a minute.
That's some fine whittling you've got there.
Don't distract me.
He's a talent. Yeah, and drinks all around for any. Let me know what it.
He might also wheel.
Just to chill.
Drinks will be done,
Got the
of course.
impression he was
Thank
interested in wood carving as well.
So,
I would love to head on over to Estani's. I mean, if that's not something you're.
Yeah, I have nothing else to do in town except that, and then help out Ashton. So, no time like the present. Are we swinging by the museum?
I do want to see this place now
I
that
think we
they've
just pop
talked
in and
about
tell
it
them
so
we're
much.
here. We'll get a.
It really
Yeah.
Just get a look at it, touch base.
Let them know we're here. I'm sure they got to call everybody in to start this thing,
Sure.
so we'll just let them know that we're in town. So.
Yep.
And then we'll take care of your stuff. Perfect.
So what's the plan? You're going to...
We're gonna go to
swing by
the weird place.
Quick drink. What do I owe for the drinks, by the way?
Twilight Mirror Museum.
The drinks across the table, we'll say 2 silver.
I want one.
Economies in D&D are so strange. There we go.
Indeed.
Didn't we go to like the Austin Weird Museum or something?
Yes, we did.
Museum of Weird?
Yeah.
We've got like 3 of them in town, too, of like weird ass
Wait, Imogen,
curiosity.
did you need to go anywhere?
I just really want to see Estani's.
We can go there first.
No. I mean, we're in the square.
What's wrong?
I'm fine.
Gee, you look a little blue. I'm just trying to cheer you up.
Wow. That was impressive.
Well, we'll be back later this evening. Thank you very much.
Of course, I'm always here. And if I'm not here, my granddaughter is, and she can help you.
What's her name, just so we know?
Her name is Parmi.
Pardon me? What
was
it? Pardon me?
Parmi, kinsman.
Pardon me.
Checking off boxes. Either way, Ash.
I assume we're walking towards the most gaudy, ridiculous Venice Beach curiosity shop in the direction that he pointed as humanly possible.
You're not entirely wrong.
I had a funny feeling.
Following the path along here, you go past the multitude of shops that range from probably once beautiful in presentation that eventually have just been maintained enough to function, but the moss and mildew just kind of builds up, and generally all bright colors kind of are pulled back to a universally muted variation to some very, very simple locations, some homesteads and abodes and hovels that are crammed between. There are some, on the outskirts of some of the roads, you can see clusters of neighborhoods of simple thatched roof buildings, and you can see families kind of gathering out and going to gather food and whatever sort of supplies they need for the coming days or weeks. Heading down the northwestern road, which is what you were directed towards, the pathway shows it's a bit tight initially, and you can see other structures and warehouses and buildings that you're uncertain as to what their purpose is. But to the left, you see a section where the consistent buildings stop, and there is a very tall metallic gate or a fence line that comes around to a gate with metal kind of separation pillars that are situated about every 5 feet between. They come to these very tall, thin pikes. And you can see a small courtyard that is wrapped around a almost cylindrical estate. As opposed to some of the other generally standard square or rectangular buildings, this has a continuation in its curvatures. At the corners, what would be considered the corners of the structure, the walls themselves are somewhat curved, and at each corner lot there is a small tower or a parapet that rises up above it, where everything has this kind of curved, organic sense to its build. And it was once beautiful, but you can see itself is also starting to give in to the greenery as nature slowly claims all elements of stone in this vicinity. The front yard, what little yard there is from gate to actual front of building, which is about 15 feet or so, is wildly overgrown with all number of plants, some that look indigenous to this area, some that definitely are not, and are either thriving or have long been dead and have not been weeded. And you can just see just this spectrum of textures and colors of all manner of plant life that just create this visual representation of like the best scary Halloween house at the end of the neighborhood yard. The shit that the Goonies ran from when they were scared. This house definitely stands out like a sore thumb.
Is that what we're looking for?
I mean, yeah. Let's find out.
Sure.
You walk up into the front gate of it, and you can see there is an elevated placard that is based in bronze, and on the sides of each there's a small glowing gem that just kind of pulses with this like faint purplish hue that goes to blue, and then back to purple. And in the middle you see, across it, Twilight Mirror Museum, Hydroga Emporium and Estate. And an iron gate sits heavily at the direct front.
Jesus, I thought Gianna was gaudy. All right, I'm gonna push it open to see what happens. Or knock at least, I guess.
Okay. It is a kind of a metallic gate that is affixed with a series of bars. You can see through it. You can try and knock on the metal, and you go look over, and there is kind of a hanging metallic bell, it looks like, and you can kind of lift it up and bang it against the metal gate itself, and kind of like ding, 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 ding. It's a little awkward, but it makes a unique sound at least. A moment passes.
Just like us.
A few moments pass, and you, Orem, Fern, Laudna, and Fresh Cut Grass, you all notice that, first you notice that all the windows curtains are closed on them. And there are windows all throughout this odd kind of rising estate. This is one of the few buildings that's not just 2 stories, but it's 3 stories. And it looks like it's trying to be a small castle. It has very like putt golf vibes to it in some ways, but is a respectable size of an estate, especially compared to other buildings. But all the windows are shuttered curtains, and you see one curtain in the upper left-hand side kind of open, and a figure looks out, and then it shuts closed.
I think someone's home.
Give it another like 60 seconds. I deal with a lot of eccentrics. Sometimes it takes them a minute. I'm gonna ring a couple more times. I'm gonna make it. Oh, never mind.
About 60 seconds later, the front door opens, and you see emerging from the interior 2 guards that look like they're in the process of putting their armor on, kind of emerge as they kind of push past, and you see as a male elf emerges. His body tall and spider-like in its thin waifishness, wearing what looks to be this bright, like flamboyant red and gold coloration to it. The mantle itself kind of extending in this wide, almost raised neck mantle that comes to almost Doctor Strange type points, but almost beyond the shoulders themselves. It gives him this very like tapered V, like a martini glass of a figure, looking at it. It is beautifully kept, and this elf, as you get closer, probably more half-elf as you get a glance at the features, as they look like they're taking to age not quite as gracefully as many elves do. You can see the gray heavily set in within the long, intricately manicured sideburns that go just to the bottom of the chin. You can see this carefully, very thinly kept mustache that comes out in a John Waters-esque kind of pencil stash that then curls into like a thin Hogan, if you will. The brows themselves are thick and pulled up into points on each side to almost match the points of the neck piece. And you see all manner of jewelry and gems and rings encrusted around the fingers and necklaces upon necklaces upon necklaces. As he steps down the stairs, like kind of looking over you all with this smile crooked on the side, and then the cloak goes out, and you can see beneath the robe itself this extremely bright silver robe that almost seems to glitter in what light is coming through in the somewhat cloudy day. He stands out like the sorest of thumbs against the vicinity of this entire town. But as you approach, as you stand there watching, and he approaches his arms out, welcome, everyone, to the Twilight Museum. So, are you wanting a half-day pass, or are you looking for the full presentation?
Well, actually, funny enough, we were sent here by your dear friend, Gianna Hexam.
You're who she sent.
Well, she's an eccentric, and she likes her representatives to be the same.
Curious. Well, unfortunately, that means you're not here for the tour.
Not yet. Perhaps later?
Maybe after this, though, if you do your job properly and succeed, maybe you'll have carved your own tour of the premises.
Yeah, we might want to take the tour regardless, especially before everything starts. We've had a very long journey.
Oh, no, hoping to. You're not to see the interior. Really? If you're going to shoot, and like shoos the guards off, and they kind of like, they just finished getting their armor on, like, oh,
yeah, that's
and they
right.
go back inside.
Yeah. That's right.
If you are to be part of this incursion, this competition, if you will, then you have to go in blind.
Have they gotten the tour?
Who?
The others.
They haven't arrived yet.
How do you know?
Because they would have made themselves known.
What if they... Have you had any tour groups? Here recently?
Always, constantly, but...
Is he lying?
Inside check.
Yes.
Make an inside check.
4.
15. Come on. Oh, I get a whisper out of it.
Oh, shit.
I wonder if we've met the other group.
Oh, wait, Sam's getting a
Tarot
whisper.
cards.
D&D Beyond, guys.
Dib on. You got the D&D Beyond whisper.
Get your perfect
Good luck. Shoes.
The buzz of Matt's beautiful voice in my ear. It's just so comforting. It's nice.
Well, now I wish we would have lied. I really feel bad about that now.
You're a bad liar.
I'm, to be fair, a really bad liar. Yes. It's true.
You do it a lot.
Too honest.
I enjoy it. I'm just not very good at it.
Regardless, it is good to know that you've checked in.
Yes.
Well, I do believe they are supposed to be arriving not too far behind the rest of you if the missives have been consistent. So, once they've checked in, where are you staying?
We're over at the Sodden Grange.
Very well. I'll go ahead and send a notification when all has been situated, and then we will progress this little interesting event the midnight of the day thereafter.
Oh, it sounds perfect. We have a little bit of work to do in town. We want to do some shopping and otherwise see the sights.
Very well.
What item are we allowed to know what will be?
It'll be discussed before things are to begin. The preparation is meant to be maintained in mystery.
So we'll get on our way, I suppose, at this point. Just let us know. And on a personal note, Mr. Hytroga, I believe, is that it?
Mr. Hytroga.
Mr.
Yvonne
Hytroga.
Hytroga.
Do you prefer Yvonne?
Mr. Yvonne Hytroga.
Mr. Yvonne Hytroga. It's been fabulous meeting you, and I love all that. That's a lot of fun.
You have quite a delightful ensemble there. What is your name?
Ashton.
Ashton?
Ashton Greymore.
Ashton Greymore. Very well. I do wish you luck.
Exciting.
Do you have any tips?
Yes. Walk carefully. Be careful. Be safe. And if something scares you, run.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is going to be fun! Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm excited.
All right, well, I think we just want to rest up.
Well, let's go see if we can find a study.
My apologies, before you leave here. And I don't mean to presume, but when I had heard of a recent unfortunate break-in with our mutual friend, I was told that one of these burglars had fallen and taken quite the hit on the head. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to presume.
Oh, no. I'm just always curious where that sort of rumor starts. It's always fascinating.
Indeed.
I may inquire where you heard that at some point after we have impressed you.
Good. I like being impressed. Well, now, sure, you're not paying customers. I'll let you know when the rest of this arrangement has arrived, and we'll take it from there.
Well, looking forward to stealing from you.
How is it you are speaking?
I don't actually honestly know.
Fascinating. Yeah. How much for your automaton?
No, why does
No, we've established my worth, right? Wasn't it like 20,000?
What's the usual price?
Oh,
Well, I would want to ask what the asking price is from
so far it's
yours.
was it 20?
Well, no,
He's
the
not
other
for
one
sale.
was 20.
He's priceless.
2,000 platinum. Let's go.
Well, we'll see how well you do in this game to come. Maybe I'll be inspired.
How much do you cost?
Oh, you could not afford me, honey.
All right.
Anyway, good luck. Rest well.
Thank you.
Inside.
Damn, that was the best presentation. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just want to get out of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we are looking for the Moss Light Manor, correct? We're looking for it, Stani?
Yes, and Blue Herald Hill.
Alrighty. Doesn't take too long to gather some directions from locals and guide you to the Blue Herald's Hill. It's kind of nestled on the eastern edge of the hamlet, so you have to backtrack a bit and then head to the east side of the city, which from your guys' perspective would be this way. But you come to the Herald's Hill, which is a wider neighborhood of smaller, networked roads and densely packed homes that surround a squat hill that harbors a number of modest temples. There's an open garden of odd plant life, also gathered from regions beyond the Odiran Wilds, and even just beyond the Heartmoor, that are all kept well here in contrast to the grounds surrounding the Twilight Mirror Museum. But you do see an outdoor amphitheater, some rare flowers.
Stop it.
Gesundheit. I love that so much.
So mean.
Damn it. We're gonna get to a live show one day, somebody's gonna sneeze and the whole place is gonna go, stop it!
I hope so.
I love you guys the opportunity.
Is anyone proficient in nature?
Are you? No way.
No.
I have negative.
All right. Then you continue your journey past the amphitheater.
Nobody knows nature.
Right there. Pretty, these flowers.
You do see a lot of blue flowers everywhere.
So blue.
Oh, were they like the blue flower that we
That
took
got
from
on
the
my belt.
Yeah.
No, quite different. The softer, more of a sky blue coloration to them, but they grow quite abundance here in this region of the city. In fact, in kind of the garden area here near the amphitheater, there's like many clusters of them, and it gives this very kind of beautiful, almost this area doesn't belong within this town, yet here it remains. And you can see why this is kind of an area where a lot of folks tend to turn into more of residential space. But eventually you do come upon, indeed, the manor that was described to you. The house itself is a little ramshackle, but still cozy. You can see it needs some work. A lot of the wood is starting to bow and split in places. The roof structure itself, one of the roof corners appears to be slightly listing to one side a bit, or at least is starting to bow over. And you get the sense of like whoever lives here doesn't have much of an interest in maintaining the architecture, at the very least from an external standpoint. You can see the windows that are here are clouded with fungus. Like it has this kind of this very kind of just clouded gray-white aesthetic to it, and at the very edges of it, where the glass itself is separate, you can see that same coloration turns into like a brown gray mold that continues around the windowsill that surrounds it. This is an older building. This has been here for a long time. But there are two newer doors that appear to have aged better than the rest, or at least have been a more recent entry, that have like a reddish coloration to them, a stain. But you can see the moisture has caused the stain to run a bit, so the whole door has those like streaks across it, or the color seems to shift and change, giving this almost this like subtle striped visual to it. And there is just a metal knocker on the door.
Imogen, darling.
Ging, ging, ging.
Orem's got it.
Do you need any help in there?
You alright?
Yeah, I just this person might have, the pages possibly that talk about my mother. I don't know. I just felt so overwhelmed as soon as we got into town. I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Might be very emotional. This is also like the Loomis twins, and
yeah,
you've always been quite the empath. So I just want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm just gonna hold her hand for a second and cast Enhance Ability and give her Eagle's Splendor.
What?
Advantage on charisma checks.
She has blue feathers now.
It doesn't take too long for the sound of multiple locks undo on the door. And it opens up, and you can see the locking mechanisms on here, and the doors are new. And the mechanisms are new, like they've been installed recently. Behind the door, peering through carefully, you see an older man, probably in venerable years, older even than the gentleman you were renting your inn from. You can see balding with long wisps of fine silver hair kind of drift beyond the edges of the scalp. You can see the skin itself is a blue-gray tint, and the skin weathered with age and travel. They appear immediately to be Unia of Orc and Elvish heritage. The long pointed ears, the very defined orcish nose, thinner and more fine bone structure. It's a very graceful age that the Unia find at this point. This kind of beautiful combination of the two, orc and elf physicality. You see a warm smile creep across their face as their one kind of clouded cataract eye sits next to the striking deep emerald green of the other. You see them kind of pulled together in this warm, if somewhat dirty robe that they keep kind of clutched around their neck.
Might I help you?
Hello. We've come a very long way. We're just in from Dressar today, in fact, and we've come looking for Istani. You wouldn't by any chance be him, would you?
I am indeed Istani. Yes.
Excellent. We're here at the behest of Oshad Brescio.
His face drops, grim, and you can see in but a moment that a lot of memory and emotion kind of strikes behind those eyes. Before they close, there's a nod, and then the smile returns.
Then you are indeed friends. Well, whatever journey you took to get here, I imagine was not easy. So, come in. I will make some tea, and let's get to know each other.
That would be amazing.
Turns and opens the door, and you can now see the warm, cluttered, not quite hoarder interior, but definitely an individual who collects a lot of things and doesn't quite know where to put them or how to put them back. An organized chaos through this room. And to play off of what you heard from Dobby earlier, or not Dobby, sorry, the guard you spoke to, this is probably one of the places where many of the town's books are kept, as you see piles and piles and piles of them.
Come. It's warmer and drier within.
I'll file in.
You all step into the warm interior to have this conversation with Istani. Thoughts and questions gathered. We'll go ahead and stop there tonight. We'll pick up there next time.
But Laura wanted to talk to...
No.
Let's have some time to write down our questions and figure out.
Give you some time to think on it too between episodes to really, because this could be a sizable conversation, could be a short conversation, and we're also presumably going into a
battle.
No, yes, you're gonna fight. You're gonna fight the old guy. If there's anything we've done, is we know that you guys like battling old people. But to go into a possible burglary, a little bit of time to think and prep on that. We'll pick up from this entry in conversation next time.
Woo!
So yeah,
fun. Let's do it again.
Exciting, indeed. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.